drifts in the waves. No, I didn't hear a word after you said her name in my ears. How it rang from lips these fingers used to trace. Don't wanna track you inside. You said you still felt my currents in your knees. Love made us strong, love makes us sweet, and time changes things. You said changes everything. You said you still felt my currents in your knees. Love made us strong, love makes us weak, and time changes things. You said you still felt my currents in your knees. Love made us strong, love makes us weak, and time changes everything. I was an island before you came. On my shores you were tamed. Wandering eyes wander no more. Senses numbed to enticing lures. I don't see them anymore. I brought the wood and you the matches. The flames went up so fast around us.
There she be. What? What? Not you. But you are a she, you be there.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Did you find a chicken?
We have an extra phoenix in the building today. They just come out of the fire.
Up here.
Put it up here.
Way higher.
Whoop, up on the knot.
Yeah, because it's underneath the knot. The knot is so big.
But not.
The
It is
So
not.
big.
we have our producer Neil tonight has been replaced by a toddler, who is currently sitting with his tablet, saying chicken over
Chicken.
and over again.
I'm pretty sure there's a horse on the tablet.
Is there a horse in the tablet?
Yeah, so-
Well, if he's in the farm app, he's exploring the
I
farm
think-
right now.
Yeah.
Phoenix, what's the sound does a horse make? Phoenix, you're leaving Daddy hanging right now. Phoenix, what sound does the horsey make?
He's busy.
He's busy.
Very busy. He's learning about chickens.
Oh, then you just like
I was-
kitty need for him.
I was trying to do a.
he doesn't do it very specific, but he goes, is what he does. It sounds like a laugh.
Like the Joker.
Yeah, he neighs like the Joker would laugh. Yeah.
At least it's not Heath Ledger's Joker. Then you should worry because he's like what 2.5.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
you should worry about any Joker tendencies.
Well, here's the question: do you have
child.
the sub clicked for? Now if I talk on the thing,
yeah.
see that's. But what that means is that you can use the sub situation, the sub bars to boost my volume specifically. Whoever's on subs. Okie dokie. So hi Twitch, peoples, hi, Dungeons and
Bless you.
Dragons.
Bless you. Bless
People.
you.
I hope he muted him while he was sneezing all over there. Come back, Neil. Come back. Blow Ivan's nose for him.
I'm so sorry.
He's allergic to animals.
Hold on a second. I gotta test that.
And I am an animal.
You're an animal, Mylan.
Well, while we're doing this, let's all say hi. Hello, Dota.
Hello. Hi. Hello.
She's gonna be joining us for a little romp through the forest or jungle or what have you.
Very excited.
Super.
I've never come into a D&D game like while it's already been running.
Birds.
Birds.
We've had an issue with birds and monkeys on this stream.
Damn.
Mountain wind. So you've never come into a campaign like partially through.
No.
And who are you playing?
I am Reef Ambrose.
So spoiler alert: we find Ivan's sister.
What?
What? I'm gonna need you
was
to
actually-
hold on. That's
Thanks
meta.
for ruining this.
I was actually thinking about that. Like, what if, just role play wise, for some reason, I just didn't show up until the last half hour? It's my time!
So I was going to do that, not the last half hour, but like I was gonna make you like just hang out for a little while
I'm down.
until.
I'm super
Aw,
down.
Phoenix.
Too late.
The other Phoenix,
Which one?
the tall one.
Okay.
I was all like. I was
Oh.
all like, let me, I'll just do the thing, and then I'll have them like come in and do it. And you're like, no, we have to get her on in the first little bit. And I was like, dang it.
Oh, you forgot that you're not supposed to be on camera.
Well, it doesn't matter. She's not here. I mean, it's whatever.
This is all falling apart. It's amazing.
I wasn't
Dang.
here.
Where's Neil? We need Neil.
Neil. And Holly. Holly left us.
No, she's dangling on a cliff somewhere.
So, well, that's a good place to pick up on. Where did you guys leave off?
The entire episode last week consisted of one battle. It was an epic battle. It involved a
Cause yeah.
defender.
Rock spirit, bone spirit, bone guardian. Those are the words I'm putting together. Bone saw. No, bone guardian that was defending our recently resurrected Herrick Zakote, who is essentially an undead minion of Mercule, and he really wants my map for some reason. Everyone wants my stupid map, but all I want to do is use my stupid map to get my wonderful sister back.
You almost said stupid sister. I felt it.
Just want to get her back, and I want to get off of Chult and take a bath. That's it. I have mosquito and bug bites everywhere. I'm over Chult. Over it. But not over you.
Aw.
Yes.
Wait, her or me? I couldn't tell if you were looking at me or past me.
Here, let me
yes,
just do
just
one
say
eye
yes,
each.
just
One
say
eye
yes.
each.
Yes.
Yes.
Feel slightly insecure.
Yeah, Yeah, that's the point of those answers. Like that.
You trickster, you. Okay, so we had this wonderful battle on top of a. What's up? Oh, you want to bet? You want me to deep throat again? Got it.
Suck it, suck it, suck it, suck that microphone. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do.
I can
We're
see that you
sending
teach
him so many
Phoenix
mixed
wonderful
signals.
things.
Today's gonna be a day.
God, tone it down. He doesn't know.
Did this just get to be Game of Thronesy? Is that what just happened here?
Yeah.
Games of Throaty?
Games of
Sorry. So we're gonna start with you're not here.
I'm not. Who am I even?
We're gonna start on the top of the mesa, there where you've just. Let's see. Jakeen stands over the bloodless but very holy body of your former associate, and also, I guess, nemesis at this point, and continues to, won't you just frickin' die already?
That's right.
Over and over and over and over. Whenever you'd like to stop or start, or
I don't know. I'm good. We can just keep going.
just gonna keep.
Good.
I'm gonna need you to
Yeah.
play the game.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
you know what? I've learned my lesson from Attack of the Show. I don't do motions like that on camera anymore. No stab motions.
Did that happen in the last day or the last week?
No, it's happened when I've been on TV shows. Like I made the mistake of stabbing a pumpkin, and
And forever the internet will remember the stabbing of the pumpkin.
Interesting.
That's what she's trying to say.
Okay,
Give
so we'll
me
just
some-
say that you've
other
stopped.
things were put in place. So.
Mobius would never do that to you.
Mobius is a
Anyways.
fair giffer.
Very giver. So,
Well, I will walk over to Jakeen and grab her by the shoulders and stop! He's dead. You've mutilated him enough, at least. What is? Should we scoot him off and over the cliff at least, or
No,
something?
let's just set him on fire.
Oh, fire's good. Fire's fine.
I like the fire idea.
Fire's
Yeah.
good. Okay, tinderbox.
Burn the
I'll
body.
pull out the bag, flip it up, grab a tinderbox, start making a tiny little, very unceremonious little funeral pyre for him, and we will set him ablaze.
Scratch off all the loot that he had.
No,
Yeah,
that's
fair.
not cool.
No, but we did say it, so that's committed.
Did I have the map, right?
You
Yes,
bet.
you have the map
This one
in
for
your
sure.
satchel.
It's Rudy
So
just
sad
did
about
a
the
big
loot
X
situation.
over the side.
There goes that plot point.
I remember that loot.
Well, would you like to retcon for us,
Nope.
Lou?
Uh-uh.
No? All right, we got it.
We don't play that
We
way.
don't play that way.
Homie don't play.
So, opening it up and looking at the map, realize
So you're
that-
going over to get the map from.
yes,
Well,
from
yeah, I guess I'm standing, so I'm here. I just standing.
right. So I'll grab the map. Okay. God, what is this thing about this thing? Everybody wants to know about it. All right, fine. I look at it and try to discern the nani poo poo.
I'll
Since
get you back.
that was definitely something that was brought up and it eluded that nani poo poos. What?
Did you say I'll get you back for me for the loot?
Yeah, and then rubbing it in.
What did I rub in? I had to
I
scratch
hear
it
that
out.
crackling fire.
Oh well, that's because it should be there.
That's ambiance.
Yeah.
It actually says ambient.
Just messing around.
Curse and fire. But I'm trying to see if there's anything that could distinguish what he was referring to with the nane poo poo. I'm going to just keep saying it because it's just so satisfying.
We have to normalize it so that we stop giggling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, an excellent use of the word normalization. And try to see if I can distinguish where nane poo poo's hut might be based on the map.
So he told you that the place would be that where.
Good job, Phoenix. Yay.
So cute. I'm not usually overwhelmed by emotions. That's just not cool.
He's pretty good at emotions, so.
So you remember being told that that Reef was being held on the plateau to the west. Whereas it sounded like Nanny Poo Poo was actually on near a city or a little township towards the east.
Well, that doesn't correlate. Well, you made it sound like Nanny Poo Poo was essentially looming over my sister, ready to kill her at any point.
That could be a thing. She doesn't have to be at home to do that.
That's fair. So if she's being held to the plateau to the east, is it higher or lower plateau?
It is probably, I would say they're about even, but they're also a few miles apart. Quite a few miles apart. You can see it in the distance off to the west.
That's a really...
And the sun's starting to go down. You now have the flames of your former enemy, and you can all tell Grant that he can never be on the show again because you burned his body, and I can't bring him back now. But
That's actually a good point, too. We did a couple things there by doing that. This was your idea.
And maybe like in the first 2 minutes of the game.
hey, D&D's about the outcome.
Guess we'll have to make a new character. Moving on.
No new characters here.
Didn't he have
Kurt.
like those daggers or something, right? He had like daggers, right? Or something.
Oh, he had scimitars.
Scimitars.
Yeah,
Are they,
he had the dual scimitars.
Are they intact or around? Or?
I feel like the metal things wouldn't have caught on fire.
Well, they won't catch on fire. Do you want to grab them?
Yes.
They'll
Okay.
be burning. They'll be burning. No. They're going to be so hot. Let them cool off.
Wait,
At least
but
take a
I'm
stick.
asking like, are they next to the fire or?
They were on his body when it became
Oh, well,
a
then
pyre.
I obviously wouldn't grab them out of the fire.
I mean, you say obvious.
I said, were they around? You didn't tell me they were on his body until just now.
Well, so
You could
what I would like
wait,
to do
or
is...
get a stick.
let's just take a stick and just start moving it off of his burninating corpse.
Is this a stick that you have handy on the top of a mesa?
I could literally go and... Oh, you know what? No. Okay, Rudy, if we're going to play this game, all right? Let's do this.
You can play a game?
Yeah, I'm going to play a
With
game.
Mage Hand?
The game is called Mage Hand.
You can play Mage Hand.
All right, because it's a cantrip. And
Give me
suck
an
it.
Arcana check.
All right, done. Jeez.
Sorry, what's that?
7. That's what it was.
So you step back and you just start. You see him go 4, and you're like, no. And you start to summon your Mage Hand, and this puff of green turns into purple smoke, and then solidifies, and then starts to reach towards the fire, reaching in, and starting to enter. It starts to dissipate as the flames and the heat dismember your.
I've had a
your
very
magic.
long day. I'm very tired. How about we just wait for the fire to cool?
Okay.
We need to camp anyway. I'm exhausted and I need to replenish my spells. So
We already got a campfire.
we've already got.
So-
Thank you for our
It's a
campfire.
stinky campfire.
We'll do a
Smells
long.
like chicken.
Maybe a little bit traumatizing. Just a
We'll,
smidge.
we'll do a long rest.
Yeah, and I'll go out and like hunt some stuff for food.
On the mesa, or you want to climb down?
Oh.
And I will.
You guys are 800 plus feet up in the air.
We have enough rations. You don't think you need to hunt.
Well, then, okay.
So,
Then I won't do that.
But you should definitely make yourself.
I should
a
actually
blowgun
say
at
you're a
some
couple
point.
miles.
but you should
up.
definitely make yourself a blowgun
Yeah, I should do that.
with whatever spare wood's on top of a mesa. Which
No,
probably
not
is
like
not-
right this second. I'm just saying like at some point.
Oh yeah, I was making that face at him, not at you.
So we will do a long rest.
Don't some plateaus have like trees and stuff on them?
Shrubbery.
It's possible. Let's see. You want to give me a survival check?
Yes.
Shrubbery.
No, but even like some small trees and stuff on some plateaus.
17 plus 9.
Okay, so you actually know that some of the area up here would lend itself to protecting a certain type of root that that actually grows to be quite large here. So you're able to find a piece, dig it up with your Uquala a little bit, like make some area, and then chop out a nice section. And you get a nice, it's almost a log-sized root, so that any of this stuff that would be moving and whatnot, you can basically just get a nice long straight shaft of it. And throughout the night, you kind of let it start to dry while you sleep, and then in the morning, you can wake up and give me a sleight of hand check to see if you're any good at whittling.
Okay. And yeah, can I? Because I still have that tooth. Can I?
I'll actually still let you use that survival check for the whittling.
Okay. Can I also make some darts out of the tooth?
You
that I
have
still
darts.
You have darts.
You're not.
Oh, that's right. It's just the blowgun this whole time.
Yeah,
Alright,
you only
come
lost
back.
one
Yes,
dart
gotcha.
down the gorge in episode 1 when
Like
you
the
splatted
second
on the
time
wall.
I tried to use the blowgun. I got you. Okay. Gotcha.
All right.
We all gonna die.
We've already burnt our main quest arc. So
It's almost like a week is too long between our games. You know, like we have so much going on that it's just like we're like, wait a minute, what happened on the thing? And there was a guy. Okay.
I'm like,
So
mad jet lag.
with our long rest, we'll at the opportune time when we feel like the fire's died down enough and the items have cooled enough, we will sift through the ashes to see what is left over from his burninated corpse.
Okay. So in the morning, the sun's starting to come up as the embers of the fire are burning or are kind of like trickling out, and you guys wake up almost to a nice breeze that's been pushing the scent of burning hair and flesh and bone and whatever else was on his body. Starting to push that off. Into the breeze, you see that the mist that had been around that had kind of like bisected the upper layer where you were from the lower one where Ulasani fell is started to dissipate in the
Ulasani.
sweltering heat of the morning.
I forgot about Ulasani. Jeez, she just went over the cliff and that was it. There's no way that she could have survived.
Tal provides. I believe she's out there.
Well, then we should be looking for her then, shouldn't we?
Where would we look?
Yeah, all right. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good.
So is there anything in the ashes?
So as that all as the ashes start to kind of like get caught and blow away in the wind, this nice little like shoot of ash and dust pushes off, reminding you once again of your book, The Drow's Wish.
Yes.
And what you got?
No.
And a little pile of ashes there starts to push away. There are a pair of scimitars.
Mm-hmm.
The bone mask seems to have stayed. There is a flat circular stone,
Okay.
and there is the remnants of another map. And what else is on the thing?
I don't know. All I can say is I really want that creepy bone mask.
Looks like about it.
About a what?
That looks like about it.
Looks like about it.
Oh, and a gem.
The gem.
Yeah.
Ooh, gem.
It's a big, like, cracked emerald. Also circular,
Cracked
but
emerald.
less.
So I'll grab the stone and grab the emerald.
Okay.
I'm sorry, can I have a writing utensil just to make a mark?
Do we have
real quick?
another? Can you grab
I
a?
got a pencil. I
You got two?
Yeah.
Great. We'll give him the pink one.
Yep.
Beautiful.
I asked for it, so.
So you reach over to grab. Excuse me. To grab the stone.
Phoenix, are you okay?
What was that?
He
Tablet?
knocked the tablet down.
Ran out of chickens.
So
Ran out of seconds.
Bad chicken.
it's a sturdy thing.
So you reach over, you grab the stone, and as you do, the light starts to, like this stone starts to flash of light, just pulsing out across
Oof.
the mesa and envelops the three of you. Just flash, your eyes go stark white.
Yeah.
And why don't you
Is-
three roll me a Constitution saving throw?
Are we blinded? Should probably done some detect evil on it, or at least detect magic.
I got an 8.
12.
11.
Okay, so your eyes are the first to clear from the flash of the light and you start to make out the inner darkness of a cave.
Son of a.
I'm sorry, what? There's a cave up here?
And then now your eyes start to fade. The light from your eyes start to fade, and you can look around and you see that you were inside a cave
Oh, really? Okay.
with a little campfire.
But did I get that bone mask?
You didn't say that you grabbed it. He went over to grab the stone and the gem or
Cracked
something?
emerald.
Cracked emerald.
really
So
want
you have the
bone
cracked
mask.
emerald. Maybe the bone mask will show up again.
One of those
Maybe you can read
scimitars
about
too.
it and find out what it was. Because
I
it's a
want-
real thing.
I know I wanted the creepy bone mask.
You know what? How bad do you want it?
Pretty bad.
Pretty bad?
You know it's a bad mask. It's a cursed mask. It's from Mercule.
I do know that, but
Roll me a percentile. If you get above 50%, we'll say that you dove on the mask for some reason.
I was like, come on in.
He goes to grab the stone, and you're just like, I saw this in a book before.
Nah. Wait, unless this rolls a 0. Nope. Oh wait, 16%.
16. You started to jump,
Yeah.
and when you woke up, you were in a cave.
Yeah.
So your eyes clear, you're in this cave, there's this crackle of fire down there, and as your eyes finally clear, you notice that the cave has, you're kind of in this this little beachhead with water surrounding you from the backside. And we pause for police.
It's not real police. It's on the tablet.
Oh, that was on the
Yeah.
tablet?
It's his truck app that he likes to play with.
Okay.
That has the sirens on it.
Music what? Too loud? Not loud enough? Okay. It's real soft. 'Cause we're
It's
in a cave.
ambient.
It's ambient.
It's cave stuff.
Le Pen. Yeah. Where are we?
I don't know. You touched the thing.
Yeah. I'm looking at the stone. Is it still there? Is it dissipated?
It's
Has it
still
lost its
there,
energy?
but the energy that had exploded out from it has turned it into a blackened,
Okay.
a blackened sphere, or like a blackened spherical flat.
As a person who's seen magic items or some kind of arcane wonders, do I know what this is as a one-time burn?
Even with your 7,
Yeah.
you would assume that this was a one-use.
Right. Super
thing.
clear.
And if you stop and you kind of look on, you
was
like
just-
flip it over in the
yes.
firelight, you can tell that there is actually some runic markings that would be a teleport spell.
So great, well, we found his recall stone. So now we're probably right where he was meaning to go after he killed us, which means hopefully Reef is somewhere around here. I'll start to adjust my eyes since I do have some pretty sweet dark vision.
Is it a human?
Yeah, he's a human, but he no disadvantage on perception and dim light. So, because of his background.
Right.
But I'll start, like, kind of scoping out where we are in the cave and start creeping around corners, getting a lay of the land.
Okay.
Because you said there's water behind us,
Yeah, so you guys have basically come up on a beachhead, and
Yeah.
on the beachhead,
but an underground beachhead.
yes, on an underground beachhead, and on the beachhead there is a fire that is crackling,
Okay.
a nice little fire pit, and there is some water that seems to be, it is not still, it's flowing.
Flowing. How recently can I tell the fire's been tended?
It looks like the fire is in pretty good condition. It's not on its last embers. It's actually a pretty.
Someone, okay. So unless I'm mistaken, someone was very recently here. And if this is where our friend Harak attempted to go, I'm going to assume that whoever the people who have this fire is theirs is probably not our friend.
As
So-
you move a little closer to the opposite side of the fire, you see a bedroll, and you see
Okay.
a little stash of like kind of like an extra satchel, a bigger rucksack. And
Oh
some
yeah,
other
I'm gonna
little-
go through that satchel.
Start going through it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I recognize it?
You do not recognize it, but as you move through, you would assume that as you start to search through it, some of the effects looks as if they would have been things that Harax would have had.
So, we found his little cave. Anything interesting in there?
I don't know. Is there anything interesting in there?
So how are you going about searching it?
Be
So-
careful, there could be traps or other magical items in there.
I
that-
took it and dumped it like this.
Okay. Can you hear music now, Satan?
Satan.
Satan.
Can you hear us, Satan?
Can you hear
Can you
music
hear
now?
us?
Oh, she's. Yeah, good. That's how it's intended at the moment. All right, so you start to you pick it up and you dump it out.
It's so weird not being able to like get up and then just go and check on him. You know he's perfectly happy over there. Phoenix, say hi, Dada. Are you the happiest man on the planet? You get to stay up past your bedtime, play tablet, and eat cheese?
Whoa,
You're like the happiest toddler
here he
on the
comes.
planet. Are you gonna come say hi and roll dice?
Yeah, pretty certain that's what's going on. I don't know if you can get
Phoenix, you
down.
wanna come roll dice? Come on, Bubbas.
But
So-
the trucks.
You find, so you turn it upside down and you have a little coin pouch that falls out of the satchel, along with some notes and papers
Take
and
that
some.
coin pouch and stuff it in my pants.
Okay. Are you gonna search it, or
got a
like you gonna
bulge
check it, or
now.
no?
I'll open it up and kind of like open up the pouch and kind of like shift it around to see what's in there.
You get 160 silver and 70 gold pieces.
Cool.
It's a fairly sizable little.
Into the pants.
That's gonna be quite a bulge.
I'm okay with that.
She's
Okay.
just a sweetie. With her coin pouch.
I'm just like jingle, jingle, jingle.
Jingle, jangle, jingle. So with between, is there any clear cave openings or any
Yes.
mouth? Okay.
You see two as you kind of like move past the fire. In the light of it and with your dim light, you're able to see that there's a nice choice between you, between two
Two choices, great.
mouths.
Everything great. Everything has to be split into two choices. Why can't
One.
it just be one?
One seems to head up, the other seems to head down.
Even better. Right.
So you
One.
said there's a bunch of notes and things that fell out?
There are a bunch of papers just went all over the little beach here.
Well,
Can I like try to catch a couple and see if there's anything of interest on them?
Yeah, you can grab them. You start to sift through them,
Okay.
and when you do, you start to. You are a reader of his books, so you do notice that that Reef Ambrose is mentioned a couple of times throughout the satchel of notes, and various locations, as if maybe tracking her for a certain period of time. And then there seems to be an entry that is disappointed with the absence of the map that was expected to be in her possession. And then her capture, and also the tracking of her associate back to Port Naranzaru, where he was summarily captured and tortured into revealing your name and appearance.
and of course, this is all stuff he's reading, right?
He's reading through this right now.
Lepan, put that down and come over here for a second.
Yes, John Wheeler.
So, there was this part in there's this part in Raiders of Waterdeep that I remember explicitly when they had to go explore the cave, and Reef once told me that you always want to go to where the wind is less stale. Now, I'm assuming you have a great sense of smell, so can you tell which of this air is less stale than the other?
Okay. I'll go over there. I'll try to sniff out.
So you're gonna go from one cave to the other to
Yeah.
do some sniffing, okay? So you kind of go one side. You feel a little bit of a breeze on the left-hand side, and you go to the other side, and it seems to that the breeze runs from one to the other.
Oh, so it's coming out of one and going into another?
Yeah, it's not a direct thing, but it comes into the cavern that you're in and then goes back out into the other one. And you can also feel like a rushing from the air behind you that may have something to do from the, maybe involved with the genesis or the origin of this water.
Okay. So basically all the currents of air seem to be going down the right path? Or-
It seems like all the currents of the air are going down the right path.
John Wielder, it seems like all the currents of the air is going down the right path.
You get advantage on your next thing.
Well, Jakeen,
Yes.
if you were to capture someone and then solicit their loved ones for treasures unknown, where would you keep your prisoners, up or down?
Down.
I feel like I'm totally asking for a friend.
Just asking, if a friend. All right, well, down it is then. We'll head towards the downward.
Okay, so before you guys leave this area, you have a big, expansive kind of set of water.
Right.
It seems to go back into other portions of this cavern that you cannot see.
Oh, that's
You also
interesting.
have this beachhead that you were on,
Right.
the bedroll
Right.
and the pallet, the satchel, which has been tipped upside down, and a
I'm gonna
rucksack
check that
next
other
to it.
stuff too.
You'd like
That's
to
a
check
good
the
point.
rucksack?
And also, Le Pen. Wait. So before we go down, Le Pen, actually, I have one more favor to ask you, if you don't mind. Would you hop in that water and see if the coast is anywhere close? I mean, if we've teleported, maybe we're close to where the waterfront is.
I could do that. I could.
You could? Would you?
Okay. I'll jump
All
in
right.
And
I'll investigate the bedroll while she
Yes.
keeps poking through the rucksack.
Okay.
No. I said I was gonna. I already went. I moved on. and went
Oh, you
to
moved
the-
on
yeah,
from it?
I
Well,
went-
she told me about the rucksack. The satchel you tipped upside down. The rucksack is there if you want to
and
go
the
through
rucksack. Yeah, I'll tip that upside down too.
that. Okay. Just stuff all over the beach. So you can give me an investigation check as you now go through the clothing and all the other stuff that was tipped over. As you walk into the water and you kind of like do the little wade down up to your eyes, you can tell that it is fresh water, not salt water.
okay.
Okay.
18.
An 18. You find a potion of greater healing. It's got little red. It's a red potion with some little gold flecks in it. You find another one that seems to be a little larger than that, and you also find one.
But I don't know what the other potion is. The second one.
Not well. It looks very close to the same,
Okay.
and you see one that has like a very thin liquid in a jar, a thick glass jar.
Hey guys, I found some potions.
Oh, good. Excellent.
Do any of you know what these might be? Because 2 of them aren't labeled.
I
Hi,
can take a
is it
peek
here?
at them.
Want
Here,
to
arcane check. Come here, Bubba.
Thanks.
How would you go about testing these?
Oh, testing the properties. No, I'm just trying to see if I can still identify them by look to see if I've had previous stuff in the past. Come here, Bubba's. Come roll dice with Diddy. Come here, Bub. Oh, big man.
So you can see that the two
There's
the
his
two
face.
potion, like the bauble-looking potions, have very similar qualities to them. Little flecks of gold dripping in the red that reflect the camp light.
Looks like you got an even greater potion of healing, at least as far as what I can tell. And then the third
Well,
one.
you should probably hang on to that. I'll
Yeah.
hang on to the smaller greater potion of healing. You should probably hang on to that.
All right,
other
I'll
one,
take the
just
greater.
saying. There's
You
like,
wanna-
but there's 2 greater potions of healing. One's just bigger than the other, I think.
Well, one is it's a different, better.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling. I'm telling
Yeah.
him to keep that one.
Okay.
Because he's the one that's always dying.
The bigger, greater potion of healing.
That's what I was trying to say. I'm gonna keep the little one, and then he hangs on to the other one.
And then I'll just pop out of the water. John Wheeler, this is the fresh water. I don't think we are close to the big blue.
All right. Well, that's fair. Phoenix, you want your dragon? Is that your emerald dragon? All right. Well, seems to still be inland, but is there any other? Could you find any other surface? Could you go out through the water if you wanted to?
Well, no, not
That
now.
is not happy.
Not now. I'm not going out that way.
No. Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I'll swim out. Like, so what? Yeah, what do I see out there in the water? Like, just little, like tunnels, or what am I seeing?
So as you swim out into the water, the depths of it get really start to become more murky. The area around the interior portions like seem to move off into other directions that kind of remind you of the 2 that you've left behind on the beach. And then you also see that there are what looks like deeper parts where the water below you starts to darken beyond your vision.
Thank you.
Do I see any kind of like other land surfaces?
Roll me a perception check.
Roll, Phoenix. Roll.
That's a 1.
A 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
Should have Phoenix roll your dice. He rolled a 17 right now.
Let's go
So,
kids.
so you, that's pretty much all you recognize as you go around there, even accidentally splashing some of the water into an open eye without putting a little film down over it. You make your way back towards the beach, but you get lost for a couple of seconds going, and you bump into a couple of stalagmites or mites that are sticking up from the ground.
How's the rucksack situation looking?
So she rifled through some of his clothing. There's some nice fresh clothing. There's also a very bloody blouse that has his seems to have some bits and pieces of bone around his.
This is when he got stepped on by the dinosaur.
It's black dice. That's right. So just clothes. Is that pretty
Mostly clothes. She found those other items. The other potion that you found. Is there a way that you need to, or is there a way that you're going to go about
identifying it? I'll look at it visually. I'll sniff it. I'll smell it, and just to see if I've encountered any potion like this in the past.
Okay. You pop the cork off it. You smell it. It's this very thin sort of admixture that that you can almost see through this thick glass.
Okay.
So it is quasi-transparent in there. But you notice that as you shake it up to get a little bit of the smell, it darkens in the swirl. And you can see that when it does that, the compound starts to build on itself.
And that's consistent with?
Roll me a history check.
History check. Phoenix, roll daddy a history check. Okay? Here, do a good one. That's a black one.
Will you roll that one?
Phoenix, roll this one. Roll the dice. Good job, Phoenix. 4.
Give him the black d20. Wait, that's
a d12. So history, that would act, but ironically, that's the best thing I'm at, so that's still a 10 for me.
Oh, okay. Well, a 10's enough.
Yeah.
You recognize this potion to be a storm giant strength potion.
Oh, all right, great. Jaquin, actually, Lepan,
Yes.
how would you like to be as strong as a stone giant?
That sounds fun.
Well, here, I'll take a loop and tie it around his waist and put the potion across his belt, give him a little froggy belt for it. And go, okay.
I can just imagine him being like,
Not a belt, but like a little like it should like go over
Oh,
his
a
shoulder.
satchel.
He takes his belt and like it won't fit him, but like makes it into like a little
bandolier.
yeah,
A
a
froggy
little froggy
bandolier.
bandolier. But it is like a human belt, but he's just like, or maybe we find one amongst
You do.
yeah.
To be fair, Phoenix is not much smaller than a grung. If you
Yeah.
think about it.
how tall is he?
Him, he's about 3 feet-ish or
I think he
so.
is
So
the
he's
size of a
actually,
grung.
a grung is 2.5 to 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
So he would
He
be
is grung size.
So
That's
that's
amazing.
Lepad.
Lepan.
So as you guys go through the stuff, he ends up watering his way back up onto the beach, plop, 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 and reports back to you.
And then what was that potion called or whatever?
I'll hand it to you and put it across on your sign and go, now, only
Storm
wear
giant
this
thing.
if you want to really do some damage. It probably won't be terribly pleasant, but you will do, it will make you feel amazing.
How much do I drink?
All of it.
All of it,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
All right. But only use it, well, I'm not going to say don't use it when I tell you, because for all I know, I'll be unconscious when it's the right time to use it. So just do it when it's time. Now, this between the rucksack and his satchel with the clothes in it, nothing in the bedroll, I'm assuming. Nope, just a bedroll. Then I say we've wasted enough time here going through Harak's old things. We should go down and see if we can find any sight of reef anywhere close.
So you head down.
I'm gonna head down.
Before
Okay.
we enter into that cave, I want to do find traps. Like
Okay.
look down it and just do find traps.
Phoenix, roll that one. I can't believe you put them all back, buddy. You're so good.
So as you, it lasts for 10 minutes, I think, right?
Yeah. Wait, let me double check.
You smarty man.
It doesn't say on here, but let me see if
Phoenix,
I can find
watch.
my others.
Watch.
And I don't have the list of like individual spells.
I'll have it here in a second.
Here, let's pull it together. Phoenix, pull. Phoenix, pull on it. Ready? Magic. Let's put it down. Huh. All right.
All right, so it looks like this would be pretty much an instantaneous thing. Do you want to do it on the way in to the, on the way into the
Wait
thing?
until we get to like any kind
Okay, its range is about 120 feet. So just so you have that
Yeah,
ready to
okay.
go. So as you guys move down the right, yes?
Yeah.
Down to the right.
Down
Yeah.
the right, you head down that one and you start to see a couple of, the path starts to thin a little bit. You start to see a couple of stalactites hanging from the top that seem to almost look like jaws, like teeth. And as you get closer to them, you
Ominous.
can see that there's writing on them. The writing says, like, don't come in,
Dead men tell no tales.
sort of thing, yes.
Well, that's
think
not
we
a
should-
good sign.
I don't think we should go down there. I think that's a really bad idea.
I think for once we can listen to the big stone teeth. Okay, good.
Backtrack and make our way up.
Let's backtrack and make our way up instead.
So that wasn't where you wanted to use the...
Yeah, I guess I'll look at the teeth and I'll use fine traps.
Okay. So you notice from the flapping tents, apparently,
Phoenix.
you notice from as the trap pings or the spell pings that the stalactites are actually rigged to fall by way of tripwire that is running through some sand just nearby, just like right
I'm gonna
underneath.
trip that tripwire.
How are you going to do that?
I am going to take one of my arrows.
You're
Are there
going to
any
take one
ro-
of the bolts?
Are there any rocks nearby?
Yeah?
I'm gonna grab a big old rock. I'm just gonna keep throwing rocks at it till like I hit it enough with enough force to like.
Okay. We'll say that you do that on the first try.
Cool.
And the stalagmites, tights, each one smashing against the ground, the little pieces spattering out all over the place. And it seems that after that, the next little space around the bend is a little room.
Ooh, a little room.
Well,
And there's a door.
we should definitely check it out, I guess.
Ladies first.
Yep. I like walk forward, just looking around, checking to see if there's anything else that might trip me up. I look at the door. I use fine traps again.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, jeez.
So as you do that, you do notice that the door has another trap on it. This one, it seems to be rigged from the inside. That would have a wire running to an adjacent wall. You can see the outline of that wire running to an adjacent wall and then running up.
So does this prevent people from coming in or someone from coming out? Can't
What
tell.
you see is the wire that it runs the length. Like that's what pings on the
Yellow. That's right. I would think. What do you see?
It does not reveal any.
Definitely a trap there. There's a wire running through the wall. I don't know what it's gonna trip like when we hit it is the issue.
Can we just open the door so that you just swing it out? Because presumably there'll just be something that fires through
It's
the door,
gonna
right?
it's gonna trip that wire.
I'm gonna look
As long as
above
we're
the
not in
door,
the doorway when you do it,
see
right?
if I see anything up there.
You don't see anything specifically above the door.
Okay. What kind of door handle is it?
It just is actually a keyhole.
Oh, it's just a keyhole.
Yellow. Jaquine, just open the door outwardly.
Are you guys
and make
being
sure that we're
stealthy
not-
at all?
I mean,
I'm talking.
I am. I'm like very guarded, like going through this and just.
So You are sitting inside this room. You can hear the sound of your brother's voice
Oh!
and the gag that is around your mouth prevents you from calling out to him.
Right.
But you are tied to a chair, and in the room there are a couple of torches that are lit, as well as some random like scratchings and chicken bones, and some like little pips of dice that are like the dice with little pips on it that are all over the place, into a scrying circle.
Okay. Around me?
No, it's not around you.
Oh, okay.
It's off to the side where your captor would have normally, or I guess was. You are you're as you can hear his voice, you are able to start to kind of like pull at the blindfold that you had, and that's how like you were able to get an eye out so you could see this little area.
I see.
But the gag is then tight enough that you can't actually close your mouth, and it's
How
very
close
dry.
am I to the door?
You're about 10 feet away from the door.
So I can't like hop over there very easily or anything.
Well, what is easily considered? I mean, you are like.
do some of this.
So we can try that. You do see the wire that runs from the door handle to the other side of the
Can
wall.
you just cut it?
Right.
What am I gonna cut it with?
Your sword?
Cutting it might trip it.
Okay.
It's on the opposite side of the door from you.
The wire's on the opposite side of the door.
Do they know that?
She can see it because
Yeah,
of
'cause I have the
the
spell.
because of the fine trap spell. She can see the wire running
Gotcha.
into the wall.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna hop in my little chair and keep just making noise.
Okay, so you guys start to hear the echo of wooden chair legs clacking against a stone floor.
Something's back there.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely, but we don't know what. Is there? Does this look like a prisoner cell? You know where they sometimes have the little part? Yeah.
Just
no.
looks like a door in a
door,
cavern.
and we just hear banging.
Well, can you cut it? Can you?
what
Can
am
you?
I gonna cut it with?
Can you get your sword in there and trip it out? Otherwise, we're just gonna have to trip it.
The wire's on the other side of the door.
Okay, what would you like to do?
I mean, I'm bound, right?
Yeah,
So
you've got your arms tied behind
Where'd
you.
it go?
I guess I'll try to. Is there anything I can do about this gag in my mouth?
You want to try and like loosen any of the bindings around?
Yeah.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
9.
9.
them back.
So you're able to kind of get the rest of the blindfold down a little bit,
Okay.
and you can start to feel that there's a little bit of a looseness, like a little bit of weakness to the bindings on your that are tying your hands.
Okay.
And you can kind of like shimmy around just a little bit with the way that your feet are tied to the stool.
Okay. So
Or
I'll
tied
keep,
to the
I'll keep,
chair leg.
keep trying to work at my hands.
Okay. So as you continue to do that, what are you doing?
I'm just kind of standing back a little bit from the door.
Just kind of like take a step
Yeah.
back from.
John Wielder, I don't think there's a reason you don't want to trip the traps.
I understand that, Lepan. It's just. Well, we have to find some way of disarming it. Uh-oh's right.
Is it?
We have to find some way of disarming it. Otherwise, we either have to disarm it or we have to trip it.
Is there? So there's this door, and then it's just like a stone. How does the wall around it? Like, is there anything
One of
off
you
to
should-
either
You got a
side?
stone wall, you got
Definitely.
a door, and there's no handle, just a keyhole.
Okay, and then nothing else
Well,
anywhere.
the key obviously goes and either disarms the tripwire
And I
or
didn't
not.
find a key when going through this.
You did
thing.
not find a key. Just
Could you pick the lock, or could you pick the lock?
I can definitely give it a try.
Well, it's better than nothing. Otherwise, I'm going to shatter the store down.
Do you have a lockpicks?
No.
Okay.
I have the lockpick.
Do you have lockpicks?
I do.
Wow, grung style lockpicks. It's like twigs.
Right.
I actually
Can
would
you
imagine
do
it.
it
It's
for a
just
second?
like butterfly wings and
It says
caterpillars.
thieves' tools, so yeah.
So,
Okay.
Phoenix, come here, Bubba.
Okay.
Throw
Okay,
them
John
here.
Wielder, I will pick the lock.
I greatly appreciate it, Lepan. Thank you.
But
At least someone's doing something around here.
As in trying not to trip the thing.
Okay. So you hear your brother out there going, like, babbling through these things, and you kind of just recall some of your former adventures before he hung up his adventuring shoes.
Sure.
And most specifically in the mountain range south of Luskin, or around Luskin, where you ended up getting injured very badly, and he had to carry you back. But you remember just the way that he sort of complained about it the whole time, until right before you guys made it down to safety, he caught his foot in in between two rocks and broke his ankle. And that became the big deal, not so much the injuries that you had sustained that you couldn't walk or and you ended up having to drag him with like wrapping your belt around him because of his broken ankle.
Gotcha.
Thank you for the eloquent story about my past. That's what happens when the DMs write your background.
Hey, you guys get to mess with me just as much as I do.
Yeah.
So as you pop up to the door, you start to glance at the lock. Give me an investigation check. 14. So as you look through the lock, you can actually see the walls on the inside. You can see the flicker of the firelight, and you can see the wire running back. You also can see how it attaches itself to the door through a little piece right inside the keyhole. And you figure if you can detach the wire there without pulling it, you might be able to disarm the trap as well as open the door.
Okay. Well, then I will attempt to do that.
Okay.
Is there any way that you can think to do that?
The pillow.
So, well,
It has dice.
there's
in
a
it.
little loop.
So
Right.
standard keyhole,
swap
like cliche keyhole. And on the right side of it, you can see, instead of like a bunch of tumblers in order to pop a lock, there really doesn't actually seem to be a lock on this door. That keyhole is almost specifically about this
Gotcha.
wire.
Okay. Well, can I use the tools to get in there and sort of try to pop that wire off?
So you probably would think that a dagger would be a better play on this.
Hey, that one. Do you have a dagger? Or anything that gives the cut?
I go to my belt and pull mine out. I do. Here.
Thanks, John Wielder. So now I'll attempt to.
I don't
so
have a
you take-
dagger.
Jimmy it off.
You take the tip and you start to kind of like saw a little bit on that wire.
Okay.
And as the wire snaps, it just falls limp across the ground. And the door seems to be a lot less taut.
Okay, John Wielder, I think I disarmed the trap, but I don't know. So if that one wants to open it, I will stand back here.
I'm good.
Why don't you open the door, Chiquine?
Why would I open the door?
Wait, did I hear that? Oh! I just run over and open up the door.
Okay, so the door is basically now without that wire, basically
Yeah.
just swings.
I'll just push it open then.
And you peer into the room, scanning to the right. You see Reef tied, bound, gagged, and very snugly tied down to the chair.
Reef, thank God! And I run over and I just flip the blindfold off and pull the gag down.
Oh my gosh, you actually are here! This is so awesome. Would you?
Of course. No. I untie the bonds. Like,
Give me a sleight of hand check.
I'm just hugging her the entire time.
He still has your dagger.
Really?
He does.
15.
Nice. You don't even need the dagger as you start to undo the knot.
All right, cool.
Don't act like you wouldn't do that to your players on Dread.
I would. This isn't a horror game, though.
It can be very quick.
It can be quickly. So I cut her bonds. Oh my God! And it's just like at this point, I'm hugging her before I even realize. Oh, of course.
Yeah,
Untie the-
super hug.
It's a super hug. What were you thinking?
What do you mean?
Pirates?
Are you surprised? You're really surprised right now?
No.
Come on! Sometimes this stuff happens. And hey, you got me, right? This is awesome.
I'm standing in the doorway. I've come up to the doorway at this point. I see what's going on, but like also keeping a lookout for people, and I'm just like, what is this? While like keeping a lookout.
You have no idea what I had to go through just to get here, to find you.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to hear all about it. It must have been so fun.
Anyway,
you.
You're here, and now we can get out of here.
I know, I'm so bored. Let's get out of here.
Oh God. Okay. So where are we? Oh, and I'm sorry, my manners. I should apologize. Reef, this is Jakeen.
I look over at my shoulder. I'm like, hey, I'm glad we found you.
Jakeen.
Trying not to die. Let's keep it down. Let's maybe get out of here before anybody comes and notices we tripped their traps.
Right, of course. Jakeen also has done a magnificent job, which she's being handsomely paid for in order to make this happen. And then our surprising and wonderfully talented little grung here, Lepan.
Go on, Johan Wheeler.
Lepan, do you know who this is?
Nope.
She's wonderful. She's my sister.
Aw, look at you.
Oh, now there's two wielders.
No.
Wahilder. Anyway, yes, you're right, Jakeen. We should get out of here before they find us and learn more about, and finally learn that Haraka's not coming back. Do you know how to get out of here?
Let's figure it out.
All right. Okay.
I just walk out.
All right. Oh, jeez. All right. Well, off we go then, I guess. I'll just do a cursory look to make sure we're not forgetting anything that might be important in the room before we go out of the door.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
So now that you've kind of like had a moment to get over this initial beeline to your sister,
Right.
You do notice that the circle and the chicken bones and the.
And do I recognize it as a scrying?
You do recognize it as a thing that people would use to scry,
Oh,
and you
no.
know that it is as well.
Well, it may be too late anyway. Who would be watching you right now? Of course they would be watching us because they're waiting to find you for the map. Oh God, we have to get out of here right now.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that's what I said.
Yes.
You guys have the map.
Yes, of course.
That's great.
Why?
So that we
Reef?
can follow it. Oh my gosh, I
Oh,
didn't
no.
even get to finish it.
No.
What do you mean?
That's not the point. The point to come here was to get you.
I really love all this debating, but really should get going.
Okay, all right, let's
I'm
walk and
actually
talk.
kind
Let's
of
walk
with
and
that
talk.
one this time.
Okay, we're gonna walk up and doubled up and go back to where Harak's area was, and then go up instead.
As he walks
Lepan,
past
are you
me,
sure
I
there's
hand
no
him-
way out through the water?
Well, as he walks past me, I hand him your dagger back.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Before we forget that. So what? Sorry, you guys.
Lepan, is there any way? Are you sure there's no way out through the water?
I don't know. I got the water in my eye and I hit the rock thing. I got lost back there. I don't know. But there was the wind coming from the left side. That means maybe there's like the outside
Yes,
that way.
and maybe guards, and for all I know, a bell. Wow. What am I doing? Hello. Greater demon. Then I'm losing
Balrog?
the term. Balrog. Thank you.
You were there. You had it.
Yeah.
I knew where you were going.
I even thought I was losing the licensed term for a second. For all we know, a Balrog's up there.
A licensed term for the show that you were wearing the shirt for.
No, from Tolkien. Never mind.
I think frogs.
Yeah, I think we can use that. I think you're okay.
Fair.
I don't think they're coming after
Pit
us.
demon, if you want to go that far.
Sure. For all we know, a pit fiend's up there.
So, well, when I was back there, did I notice a current flowing? So you said I noticed currents, right?
You did notice that the water was not still, but you weren't really sure. Like it seemed to come in and move out, but it didn't really seem to have a current per se.
Okay.
At least not at where you stubbed your eye.
Stubbed your eye.
There was
What
a lot
term.
more back there in the water. We could try that.
I don't know. It's just either that or we face who knows how many guards. I think it's worth one last try if you're willing to hop in there and try again, Lepan.
Okay. I don't
Okay.
do that. Johan will. Fortune.
Fortune.
For sure. Thank
So, as you wade your way back into the water, you notice that. Well, go ahead and give me a survival check.
Come on.
Well, not too bad. 12.
Okay. So you start to notice as you're wading back through, kind of doing your little like with the eyes above the water. You guys watch the ripples move out from behind his like the eyes just kind of spread out behind him, and you start to notice. You guys start to notice about 5 or 6
knew it.
other ripples follow him, and you notice a small skeleton floating, like the remains of like just little pieces of a thing, but you're not really able to tell what kind. Clearly, it's a very light skeleton.
He's gonna die.
I'm going to run over to the water and then just take my hand and just start splashing the water as hard as I can to try to see if I can alert him in there. And just, I mean, he's not going to hear me yelling in the water, but I'm just going to come up and like stomp.
Is my head
Stomp
out
my
of
foot.
the water?
Well, I mean, like I'm thinking you're doing this thing
Yeah,
here, so
but-
you've got your little ears over the water.
Hey, get back here! Ripples!
100% gonna die.
More sharp teeth!
So I look around, and so what angle? Like, do I have a clear path back to the?
You have a beeline. You can go straight back, but the ripples in the water from where you were, but also the ripples from the other things, and then the stomping of the water, like the splashing that he did there, has made this entire thing just look like a cacophony of sound waves moving back and forth.
Get back here!
All right, I'm gonna turn around and try to swim back to the shore as fast as I can.
Do you? So there are rock structures around you. You're not like.
Oh, okay.
There's
Well,
just no
am I closer
land.
to that? Well, is there something I can like? Am I close to something I can climb on and get out of the water?
If I'll say yes with an athletics check, you can see if you can leap to it or not.
Okay.
Get out of there, Lepan!
I would keep splashing that water to confuse whatever's in there. I'm just
I got
saying.
an 18.
That's what I'm doing.
An 18. So you're able to kind of turn around and you like dip yourself under, and then you whoosh, pushing yourself up into the air. You only make about 10 feet, but it's enough for you to be able to around a stalagmite that's there, and you're just like.
What a great vision.
How
He's
far
fun,
away
I
from
like
the
him.
water?
You're only about 4 feet from the water now. You were able to propel yourself out about 10-ish up, but as you made the distance over to it, you were able to you slid down just a smidge from the slick stone. What you saw when you went down was a myriad of small fish with large teeth.
Okay.
Lepan, stay there. I think I have an idea.
And as you made your leap, you did feel 1 or 2 little quips at your toes as you made that last little leap over. Now go.
Lepan, stay there. I think I have an idea.
I didn't plan on going anywhere else, Johan Wheeler.
Okay. Sassy as always. Trying to help. I'm going to pop Tensor's floating disc.
Okay.
It hovers, right? Mm-hmm. So I'll put Tensor's floating disc over the water, and I will send it towards where where Lepan is. And
So the pad.
yes, Lepan. We all know what's up. Is that funny, Phoenix?
Okay. Before you do that, I'm gonna be like, wait. I'm going to get on the disc, and then I'm going to paddle so it has direction. Because it holds up to 400 pounds, correct?
500.
500.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. It just follows me. Yep. Okay.
So
What's up?
I'm just looking at. I wanted to.
Tensor's floating disc.
Yeah, like I went to.
I believe, and she's right. What's going to happen is it'll be formed
Really?
in an empty space, and then it only follows if it goes within 20 feet
Satine.
away from me.
Satine, may I have my iPad? It's in my backpack over there.
Gee. Phoenix. Shade Van Norman. Who is my...
So yes, it can stay probably within about 30 feet of you and follows behind you pretty closely. I will allow this as a if she gets on it and paddles.
Yeah.
I'll allow that.
Okay. Otherwise, I'll do it, but thank you. Jakeen.
You're welcome.
As you start to paddle out, you notice the little trails start to follow you as well every time your hand goes down in the water, splashing it back, propelling yourself a little ways along.
There's a bunch of the bitey things in the water. I would maybe keep the hands out.
Can I look around to see if there's like a small push sticker for hers for something that she?
Doesn't
Yeah,
really
but you can like see the fish. You know what I mean? Like I've been in waters with piranhas before. It takes them a second to like group up and figure it out. So if you go like this, they don't get it. They're not like as smart as you think. Like they're not like little like raptors that like team think. They're like, you go this way and I'll go this way.
Were you saying that out loud as you're paddling?
Yes, apparently.
Okay,
There's
then you
the
know.
So you start to just move, splashing one side and then the other to propel yourself along. You start to feel the disc try to pull itself back towards Johan.
Ah, this is gonna be bad.
So you just keep pulling, squish, squish, squish. Give me a just a Constitution check.
Sure.
What are you doing?
While she's gone, completely oblivious to like how much danger everybody's feeling right now, I like nudge Johan. I'm like, she's cute, right?
Really? Is that what you can think of right now? Like we're trying to get out of here. Pirates are marauding.
No,
We're
but
in
you
the
and I
same
can't
cavern.
really
I can
do
hear both of you.
Oh, hey, you're cute.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. How you doing out there?
Oh, you know, just paddling in water with deadly piranhas.
What was your roll?
13.
13. Okay, so you're able to kind of paddle your way out there, but once you get within range of the pad, you have to kind of like maintain it, and it's really at the maximum distance. It kind of won't go any
Tad,
further.
you're gonna have to get in.
You got to jump
how
at about
close am
10
I?
feet.
10 feet?
You got the movement.
Okay, yeah, I'll jump for it.
It's about the dexterity. This is going to be in acrobatics because you're clearly within range of your jumping ability.
Sure.
But what is your
Sticky.
like? How good are you going to be
Right.
aiming for this
Yeah.
while doing this?
So, give you an acrobatics check.
Mm-hmm.
13.
13. So, it's going to be close. Jakeen, can you catch him?
What do I draw?
This is going to be. We'll just make this a flat dexterity check.
17.
Okay, so you're like this along the thing. You see her get there. You kind of judge the distance, looking a little okay, and you can see the little quippers now getting closer and starting to. You can see like these little like little snaps of them, and they're starting to happen around you too as you start to become swarmed in these. So you like grab your legs and start to wobble them out from under you, and then you do this backflip kind of towards her, and you turn to aim and you realize that your aim was off by a couple of feet. And this small disc is going to have a problem with you landing on it, except she stands up. So now no longer can her hands get into the water, but she's able to manage both the balance on the board for the disc and reach up and over to snag you out of the air. And she wraps you in, pulling you down, and you guys drop down onto the disc as it starts to retreat towards Ivan. I'm sorry, towards Johan.
Oh, amazing!
As I'm like holding him, I'm like, this is gonna be bad.
Yep.
That was amazing, Jakeen.
What's not gonna be amazing is I'm not gonna be useless very soon. Or I'm not gonna be useful very soon.
Oh no.
For once, I didn't want to do that.
It's not your fault. I understand.
Here, okay. Well, I help her off the disc and get him out, and goes, okay.
Is it instant with the hopping?
So as soon
I
as
hop
you,
off the disc.
well, so as soon as he helps you off, and you go to actually take your own first step, give me a Constitution save.
Okay. 11. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, 7. Low.
7?
Low, yeah.
So you go to take your first step, and you can't even bring your left foot to even or like past your right before you push off with your right foot, and then you land 2 feet, about 5 feet away. You land down on your 2 feet.
Cool. So this is how this is gonna go.
Okay. Well,
And I
look,
just start like angrily like hopping
I-
towards the exit.
I feel-
Towards the
Yeah.
left.
I
Okay.
feel like I owe you this one at least. So I will burn a second level restoration on her.
I don't think restoration cures it though, does
It's
it?
poison.
Okay.
I'll let it. Yeah, I mean, I think that's absolutely fine.
So. Well, we simply can't have you hopping around everywhere. That's.
I
it
mean,
really-
I'm still mobile.
You're mobile, but you're like our best shot. There's no way.
It
So-
doesn't really interfere with my shooting.
All right. Well, anyway, it's done. It's done.
Because
It's
you know
already
she
finished.
practiced it on the range,
thank
like
you.
hopping from one space, firing.
Yeah,
and
I'm
then
just
hopping.
saying, like, you could hop and you stop and fire. If I'm pretty good at landing on my feet.
Damn, I forgot about that advantage you said I had. Well, I guess that failed.
So Johan.
Thank you, Johan. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. No, this is fine. Me's one thing. You's a different thing. Let's get out of here, please.
That's where I was headed.
Okay. All right.
So what kind of you're a dungeon delver, I believe. What kind of benefits does that give you there in the?
Where would I find that?
It's on your background, so.
My background is rustic hospitality.
No, okay, so that's your that's from your actual background. It's on the same page there because it's under your feats. So. Yep.
Take it. Take them all.
Dungeon Delver's right there at the top, and then there's crossbow right there.
Ah. I have advantage on wisdom and intelligence checks made to detect secret doors.
Okay.
Cool.
For a secret door.
So as you as you guys start to move through the cavern, what's the order you guys are going in?
I'll go first. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Just make sure traps, things.
I can find a trap.
Okay.
I'm fine.
All right.
I'll go to the rear.
You got the rear?
I'll be second to last.
Second to last. So
And the
the
safe
brother and
middle.
sister up front.
Don't crack your knuckles.
I have to.
It gives like a weird
He's like,
like point to everything
cool,
you're saying.
thanks for giving me order. Awesome. Who dies first?
Well, it's been nice having you on the show. So as you are moving through the dungeon, you are searching for traps.
Yeah, I can
the
search for
cavern, you're
traps
searching for
while
traps.
traveling at a normal pace. So while just walking normally, I'll look for traps.
Right. So as you're moving through there, you can go ahead and give me a investigation roll for at advantage.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna be pulling out and looking at the cracked emerald.
Advantage means I rolled twice,
Twice, and take the highest.
I'm gonna be investigating this cracked emerald to see if I
18.
18?
can glean anything more than it just being a valuable stone.
From what it seems right now, probably not. But give me an Arcana check while you're peering at it. What are you doing? Just hanging out in the column.
Yeah, I'll just be at the ready. Anything.
Oh,
And one hand on the equal.
Okay. And what are you doing? Just bringing up the rear, doing.
Doing Jakeen
Nobody's
stuff.
following us, doing Jakeen stuff.
You just seem so enthusiastic about this whole thing.
I'm annoyed to be in this cave. I'm annoyed by the whole situation. That is
You're-
exactly how Jakeen would feel.
Yeah, I
On
agree.
my land, I'm not annoyed. I,
No.
Jakeen, am annoyed.
And I agree with your assessment there because I think that if only you had had somebody that checked for traps and magic items in a specific way before they grabbed them.
Yeah, and I didn't get my bone mask. I'm annoyed about the whole situation.
At the
Now
very least,
I
you
just
could've
feel like I'm
sold
like
it, you know?
babysitting children. I'm like, Oh, good. We're in a cave. We don't know where it is. Awesome.
But you're
Wow.
cute.
you're
Told you
being
we should have went
you're,
to the festival.
you're being paid to
What did-
care.
I did not say that
She
out
didn't
loud.
say
I
any of
know,
that. That was
just,
just nasty.
in a
So what is
And
your?
I do care. It's why all of you are still alive.
There's that. You got an 8.
8. a
So you feel like
solid
maybe
8.
this gym could have been a vessel for something.
Oh, okay.
Some sort of magic
This
vessel.
might have been Mercule's vessel for him or something. All right, well, I'll put it back in.
Okay. You got an 18?
I got an 18.
So as you're moving down this corridor, you actually do find a secret passage
Ho-ho!
with hewn stairs
Okay.
leading up.
Okay. Let's do it.
Great. She's been untied for 30 minutes and she's already found a secret
Where is
door.
all this sassiness coming from?
I don't know. I've just traveled across Schultz, and you just found the secret door like it was nothing.
Do you have a better idea?
No, it's great. No, we should totally do the secret
Okay,
door.
great.
So the options before you now are you basically press on the, as you're walking through the cave, you've got your hand, you're feeling on certain things, and like you feel an abnormality, and you're like, oh, interesting. And you kind of like give it a little rub down to see if it's got any traps.
Sure, yeah.
No traps. Click. And the little piece starts to slide across, opening to this door.
Yeah.
Now that's one option. The other option is the ascending kind of. It's a slow, steady rise up the slant of this part of the cavern.
No way. Gotta take the stairs. It's a secret door with stairs. We gotta go up the stairs.
No, I agree with her.
Haha!
I agree with this one.
Cutie agrees with me. Let's go.
Upstairs it is.
So, as you guys continue up the stairs, you find about halfway up the stairs, there's still far more in front of you, but to the left and the right, there are two doors.
All right. They really do like to do things in twos in this place, don't they?
I'll check out the doors. Any
I'll check.
traps? Anything notable on the doors?
You rolled an 18 before,
Yeah.
so I will say that you are able to detect that the left side does seem to have a trap on it, as well as markings that, let's see, you would recognize as a specific type of thieves warning.
Like
Oh, I know
shorthand.
these ones.
To a degree, yeah. And then to the right side, you recognize that door seems to be just a door. No trap needed.
No.
I open it.
The one to the right?
Yeah.
That's untrapped?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you swing that door open, you notice that there is, it seems to be like a mess hall, but just a few tables, not like a big area, just kind of like a little area that's got some bread, some different flasks of water, some big pitchers, and a couple of casks in there as well.
What about living things? Is there anybody in there, or is it just
Not that you see, no.
okay?
Well, she's looking in there. I'm gonna walk up and look at the other door. I'm not gonna touch it, but I'm gonna see if I can read anything that's on it.
Okay, so it seems that some of the things that are on there like would warn you about danger, but there are a couple of words that you specifically as a grung do not recognize as being the same markings that you would use for a thing. So you're a little confused on a couple of them.
Right.
Are you moving into that room, or did you just open the door?
So we found chow time. Great. We found chow time. Is there any way out through it?
Through chow time,
Through chow time.
you would need to probably go into the room.
I'm gonna try and go into the room, like, is it L-shaped? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to go in, but like, sort of keep myself hidden in case there might be someone like around a corner or
Sure.
something.
As you can as you move in, like you can kind of like actually poke your head in and see a good bit of the room. It's basically just your standard rectangle room, but there seems to be a storage room behind that, or some other
Great.
door.
I'm going to take a glass and grab a drink out of one of those casks.
Okay.
Really?
Smell it
Do you
first.
know how long that's been there?
I look at him and I'm like,
It seems to be fresh water. Well, I mean, I guess it
Probably-
could be a little stale, but
that could have been staled and filled with bacteria.
I drink the entire thing while just staring him down in the eye
Ugh, gross, gross, gross.
and just shake it out and put it down.
it's a good thing you were quite thirsty at this point, considering you guys don't have any of your supplies except for your standard like kind of maybe personal 5-day ration.
And then if I
thing.
have like a canteen or something, I'm gonna refill it from that.
Okay. So you move over to one of the other pitchers that's there that seems to have water in it, and there's another barrel off to the side also containing water next to a couple of other casks. And you drain one, you go over and you dip your canteen blub, 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 as the canteen fills up, and you place it back on your belt. staring at him the whole time.
I'd recommend getting some fresh water here since we have some. They're not going to poison themselves. And then I'm going to go and look into the storage room situation.
Okay, so
Phoenix, what happened, Bubbas?
Did you bonk? Did you bonk?
Oh, that looks like a face that bombed.
Oh, did you get with toes? Did you get toesies?
Sorry, guys.
it's
okay.
It's okay.
He was standing at the door and I opened it. I was like, oh no.
Aw.
Yeah, he's following you. They're like little chicks. They just follow him, yeah.
So you, Ivan, or
Johan.
takes the shade you're giving him and just kind of pouts in a corner and like starts talking to himself the way you've actually seen him do before.
Sure, yeah.
When he's got a crush. And the girl doesn't respond in the way that he had hoped. You begin to, you head over to that other door. You're kind of checking out this little area. You can see that it looks relatively safe in there. There is some bread. There's some other little...
If there's any like rations or anything we can restock with, I'll like try and like restock my travel
bread
bag
seems to
with,
be about
yeah.
what's there.
Yeah,
You can
something.
stuff a loaf or two into
Yeah.
a bag.
It doesn't seem like there's any doors like leading out.
Just,
There's
the
one
storage
other
room
door.
which I'm checking.
Oh, there
Which
is
looks
another
like a
door, sorry.
storage room door. It's not adorned in any way, and it's off in kind of like an odd angle into the back part of the room. So as you go through that one, you notice that there's a table there with some chairs around it, and the torches in the room seem to have gone out. But you notice that there are some items on the table and on some of the chairs, some clothing, a backpack. That all seem to have been gone through.
A backpack, you say? No kidding.
It looks like a nice brown leather kind of like back satchel.
But I have a satchel.
You do have something like that, yeah.
All right, I'm good. I don't need to steal any of this crap. I don't know. It looks pretty clear, you guys. We should probably head out of here.
Can I read the door?
You can read the door.
What is
So you don't want to go through any of the things that are the items that are
Oh
there.
yeah, I didn't realize. I thought you said they'd already been gone through. Yes. I
Well,
would
they
love
had
to-
been gone through. They hadn't been harvested.
Oh
right?
yeah, no, I want to harvest those.
I mean, like, there's a difference between, like, what I'm trying to say is that the backpack that was there looks like it's been, like, rifled through. That doesn't mean that things are
Oh
taken.
no, I'll still rifle through it. I will rifle through and see if there's anything.
All right. Well, you
Okay.
find a large, very thick bullwhip and a
I'm gonna keep that.
crossbow.
Is it better than my own?
A
crossbow?
small, no. You have a big repeater. This thing is like more like a little hand crossbow, and there seems to be a wrist bandolier for it as well. Like a
So I
little-
think it would upgrade Johan's crossbow.
possibly.
All right, I'll take that out for him.
Okay, and there's some clothing there, and there seems to be like a wide brim brown hat as well as a brown leather jacket.
I like hats.
We know. All right, I'll take the crossbow and throw it in the hat and the leather jacket, and then I'll take them out. And where Johan's like pouting and mothering in the corner, I'll be like, "Here, these might be helpful."
Oh.
And then I will go back out to the stairwell.
Okay. As you put the hat on, you start to smell
Oh no, just put it on.
your sister's hair. You recognize the hat as Reef Ambrose's hat. Now you look at the jacket. She's out in the hallway. You're in the room pouting with her. You look at the jacket. You see the initials RW stitched onto the little tag that she's got in there.
And where we are at the mess hall, right?
You guys are like in that little food room.
In the storage room.
She went into the storage room. She came out of the storage room with that stuff.
Kind of
You
like
were pouting in the corner.
You're- okay,
put the
yeah.
stuff in your lap, and I was like, and then I went back out to the stairwell.
Meanwhile, you're outside examining the extra stuff. You
I wanna
two
see
are
if I
trying to
can-
piece together the
Yeah,
thing.
read that door.
Right, and you got danger out of it, and then you saw you're able to transcribe some of the things into saying, or translate some of the things into saying the numbers, and it says unordered 5203.
It says the word unordered.
It says it's not a word per se. It's Thieves' Cant is typically a myriad of like either drawings or like scribbles or things
Sure.
that you basically understand that this 5203 is out of order.
Okay.
As she's looking at these things, I'm just gonna walk up to the room that she's in, holding the hat and the coat. At one time.
Oh my gosh, you found them!
What is your hat and your coat doing in a storage room?
I don't know. I've been tied up in a room.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
You recognize that after you pull those things out of his hand, he's still holding a bullwhip. Oh, he's still holding a crossbow and a wrist sheath for
I'm
other
assuming
bolts.
these are yours too.
You didn't happen to find a whip, did you?
I have that.
Ah!
I'll hand it over to her.
Cool.
Great.
So as you're going through that, you've got the.
She
Man, I
likes-
kind of wish I had gone with your thing first. So the door, like you see that this whole thing is there, and then as you're kind of deciphering numbers, you see at the end there's what would translate into an arrow that points up.
So the number's 5203, danger, and an arrow.
Danger, out of order, and an arrow that points up.
Right.
What, do you think it's an elevator? Do you think it's a dumbwaiter?
Well, this is definitely
52.
trapped.
Sure.
But I don't know.
5203.
I want to see if I can inspect the like mechanism of it better, because I know
Okay.
it's trapped.
Right.
Right. So.
So you know it's trapped. I've given you the clues for that. As you go to look at the door, what are you looking for?
I want to look.
I'm very thorough with traps, so actually, if you as a person know how to disarm things like I do, you can bypass rolls.
I see. I see. I want to. Is there a frame around the door?
There does seem to be a frame around the door. There
I
are no
wanna-
hinges on the exterior.
I want to inspect the top of the frame.
Okay, that's good. As you start to reach up, you feel little metal barbs
Okay.
along the edge,
So.
seeming to be in between the door and the frame, like the door and the frame of the door.
Do you think it'll close on you? Like it will just. Maybe there's springs or maybe some kind of other mechanism that shuts the door and crushes.
Maybe.
I'm gonna look underneath and kind of see if I can find like a break in the ceiling or the floor between the wall to see if there's like a false wall. Or
So as you get down on your hands and knees and you try to peer underneath the door,
yeah.
in the slight amount of light that's in the area, you can actually see that there seems to be a metal strip that goes up into the bottom of the door,
Into
the bottom of the wood.
So a metal beam is going up into the bottom of the wood. Yes.
Not a beam,
But like a strip.
like a strip.
Oh.
It's very thin that you can see. At least it's got.
Well,
some,
here's the
some
break
string.
right here. This is the tripping mechanism, from what I can tell.
And then there are the.
Okay, I got this. I'll take one of my arrows and just hold the tripping mechanism down, and then you can open the door. Because that's what it needs. It needs the pressure of the door and the tripping mechanism, because when you pull the door away, it doesn't have the pressure of the door on that, right?
Well, it's worth a try.
What do the numbers mean?
Well, is there a doorknob or any kind of anything?
These people don't seem to really care about doorknobs.
What's the face of the door look like?
Wood.
Just wood. No, nothing to grab it.
What if 5203 correlates with, it's up. So did you see anything up on the top frame that had to do with the certain amount of pins or barbs? Was it ordered out? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 barbs?
Did it just feel like there were a bunch of barbs up there?
It
Or-
felt like that, yeah. You guys actually haven't even looked up yet.
Oh,
I look up.
Hey, look, on the ceiling, which seems to be about 10 feet.
Oh, that's an arrow.
Nobody looks up, right, Farah? It looks like it's about 10 feet up. You can see the numbers 5, 2, 0, 3 on what looks to be little, kind of like little placards, but that have a bar that run through them, and like a little central thing.
a bar that runs through them. So what numbers are they going through?
It goes through all of them. They are in the same order that you read them from the door.
Right.
from the thieves' camp.
So like this, like it's crossed out.
Nope. Like, if you imagine a card with the number on it
Yeah.
and a bar
Underneath.
going
it.
through a three-dimensional card. So if you imagine maybe a toy that Phoenix has that they like to use for tic-tac-toe,
Also, they would spin.
they spin.
Oh, I see.
So you just
The
have to
frog
put
figured it out, guys.
5203.
You win. Say again?
You have to put the code
We just have to-
5203 in.
Well,
It's already on.
5203 is the order that it is in up top.
Yeah.
So it might need to be a different order.
So we have to find out what the spin is essentially, it's unordered. So this isn't, it's just there has to be a 5, there has to be a 2, there has to be a 0, and there has to be a 3.
Do they spin freely?
It's how would you figure that out?
Well, does
10
someone want
feet
to
up,
try to
right?
spin one of the things?
But that's 15 feet
Hi.
up. So it's,
Yeah, how high up is that?
10.
About 10 feet.
Would I be able to climb the wall?
These walls are pretty.
Pretty flat.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
sticky.
ooh,
Can
I have a
stick
random
hand up?
idea.
I would give you the opportunity. The DC would be very high because you are inside of a cave that we know has moisture.
Okay.
Why don't we just, we could shoot bolts at it, spin them with hand crossbows.
All right. Let me try climbing the wall, Johan.
Okay.
Let's not jump the gun, literally.
Well,
Wah, wah.
just trying to think like an adventurer.
So what?
Go ahead, give me a roll.
Okay. Ooh, that.
That's-
That's too natural, so it probably doesn't even matter what I
So you start you go to leap and you like blip blop.
Yep.
And you're just the little tail of your butt, the little pointy part.
How long is my Yikwal?
Your koala is 5-ish feet, kind of.
Okay,
Like
so-
if you were to swing out like that, you could hit about 5 feet away.
Does my poison seep through clothes?
Not really. It kind of needs to come into contact with the flesh.
Okay. John Wielder, what if I climb on your back and use the spear and I give it the poke poke?
Oh, what am I doing? I have my whip back. I like pull out my whip, and I try whipping one of them.
Okay, so you pull it out, you wrap it down, and you go to sweep up. Which one are you trying to hit?
I'll try to hit the 5.
The 5?
Yeah.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
And so if there's
This is very heavy.
It looks very heavy.
Oh, a 1.
Oh.
A 1.
Yeah. Look, I'm a little dusty, okay?
So you go sling the whip up, and you hit the 5, but you wedge the part of the bullwhip, the barb there at the end, in between the wall
Sure.
and the actual card. It just seems like it's just.
Now my whip's stuck.
Well, I can climb up it, I guess.
yeah.
I'm the lightest, I'll climb up the whip.
Okay.
How much do you weigh?
Where do I find it?
That's actually not a bad
How
idea.
much does Phoenix weigh?
Phoenix weighs about 32 pounds.
That's probably appropriate. I would say you're probably. I was going to go with 35, so 30 to 35 pounds.
Okay.
Okay. So as you start to grab on and you start to wiggle your way up, you start to pull. Give me an athletics check for climbing.
Hold on a minute. 10.
Okay. So you start to make your way up. You get about halfway, and you start to feel it give.
Uh-oh.
And you and the whip make your way towards the ground,
Huh. Huh.
and you
Only
fall
5
again on
feet.
your little
That's
butt.
only 5 feet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he
Okay.
fell. I didn't give him damage.
Look,
Just like I didn't give him
Thank
damage
you.
when he hit the wall and slid down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
Thank you.
That's only 2 feet.
Okay, should we try the shoulder idea now?
I think Reeve has this again. She's just a little rusty, and I think she could probably pull this off again. And the last thing I want to do is hop around this entire cave. I've only got so many restoration spells.
I sort of hope you roll another one, just for the sake of it.
Right, God. All right, I'll try one more time. Here we go. Here
You're
we go.
still aiming at a 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my
A
god.
1. Did you really roll a 1? Did you really roll another
Roll
1?
another one.
This is really how it's happening right now.
Happening to me.
You have,
I
you
quit.
have some
I'm gonna
good
write novels
precog.
now. You're the adventurer. I'm out.
Hey, at least you're burning those now.
Right? Yeah, they're
I know a certain
gone.
person who burned his in the middle of his game during a death save. So
Rest
Why?
in peace.
you pop it up there, you get it stuck again. We're just gonna forego this since you guys know about the weight thing now. And you go yank it down again. You can give it another roll.
All right. Okay, yes.
Give it another go.
So
I know
is,
it's funny you think like I cared about like him getting up there, but really I just was trying to get the whip down.
Yeah, well, the whip came. I said he and the whip.
13.
13?
Yeah.
So this time you hit it. It spins.
Oh.
It continues to spin.
How many sides are on it? Can we tell when it's
2.
spinning? 2?
Seems like a 5 is on both sides.
Ooh. All right, so that's definitely a 5.
I like this trap is gonna basically take the entire time.
I want to whip all of them. I want them all spinning.
You have to give me an order.
Uh,
And this may not be zero sum, so picking the wrong order could have consequences as well.
I want to. I still want to look around because there's at least one other. I feel like there could be another clue gleaned from the door
because there are
frame.
numbers, right?
Well,
And we
that's-
don't
so
have any.
if they're like this, what number is closest to the door?
So they're above your head,
Yeah.
and they are in a
Oh,
the
they're
bar
parallel
looks
to the
as though
door.
it could be the same bar. There just happens to be slots of stone
Can
that
I-
have been carved out.
Okay. So they're parallel to the door.
With a little prestidigitation, can I go back underneath the door frame again and look? Because you said there was a long bar.
There's a
along the bottom.
strip.
Strip.
It's a basically you could not look under the door in any way.
It's like a
You can't get
barrier.
That's
anything
fair.
through
But
it.
there's nothing marked on that bar or anything.
Doesn't
like
seem to
that.
be, no.
Okay, and then on the top where you saw the little pins that you're talking
Little
about,
barbs, yeah.
there wasn't a like they weren't grouped and then spaced like Morse code or anything like
No,
that.
doesn't
right?
seem to be.
All right, then
Just seems to be sharp little orb type things with spikes.
This 5, did it stop spinning? Did it seem to lock into place, or is it still
How long are
freely
you guys debating
it
and
spin?
watching it?
spinning? Well, I'm still watching.
At
I
least
don't
a
know what
couple
they're doing.
minutes.
Okay, so after maybe 30 or 40 seconds, it slows and stops back, even with the 5 pointing down.
So it looks like there's something that kind of made it land evenly again. Like it's not just like angled crooked or something.
It seems to be weighted on both sides.
Okay.
How many games have you played where like a session has been like a trap?
I once had a session where they had a bunch of riddle doors they had to go through, and it took the entire session to do all the riddle doors. Yeah.
I've never played a campaign where a DM has spent any time on a trap. This is my first time being like, this is some escape room stuff happening.
Puzzles are good, but we just need to find what the other lead is inside of it. There's one other clue here that's clearly separated, and where there's just
I
some.
look around on the walls and on the floor to see if there's anything.
What do you mean by anything?
Anything that might be a clue. I just start
Can we-
looking, like, to see if there's anything that would give me an indication to help with this,
The specifically.
this door situation.
Maybe there's something along the wall, like an indent or an emboss or a deboss, as they say.
You guys kind of like take 10 or 15 minutes and really search out the rest of this, and notice the DM doesn't even make you roll for this.
This is what
Yeah.
I say.
There's
I say,
not
when we
anything
get in this
here.
room, we try and find somebody and capture them and make them
No.
tell us how to get into this stupid room.
We're not going to just. No, we're going to figure this out, and no one seems to have found us right now, Jaquin. So it doesn't seem like we're in
You're just
immediate
giving them
danger.
time.
While they're
to
bickering,
do
I'm gonna
that.
walk back in that dining room area and those rooms, and I'm gonna start thoroughly searching that. Did you say there was any papers or anything around? Or?
There doesn't seem to be any papers in the other room. It is literally just a little mess hall area.
Okay.
Was there a particular, like underneath? You said that there was a free floating, and then there's a line that goes through them. Is the lines? Do they look different, like on one side versus the other? Like is the line have any consistent changing.
Which line are we talking about?
So the line that you said is going through all 4 numbers that's on the
It's
top?
just a bar.
Just a bar.
Just a metal bar.
And what's below that metal bar?
You.
So if I'm looking at these
So if
numbers...
you're looking straight up,
Straight up.
card with a bar in its like little hole space. Next slot, card with a bar in its hole space.
Oh, I see. So it's being suspended. Like
Yeah.
so it's not fixed to the ceiling. It's being
No,
suspended on the wall.
Well, it's coming
There's
through the
something behind
wall,
it, yeah.
which affixes it to the ceiling. Like the bar goes, there's a little groove for each card, so they
Right.
can spin freely.
It's been feeling, but there's not a thing underneath it. So what's to the left and the right of the 5 and the 3?
Stone.
Stone. So, yeah. So if they're unordered, Dangerous, and the prompt was simply 5203, then it's just about. So a 5 is clear. Just hit the 2 next, and let's see what's on the other side of the 2.
Okay. 8.
Okay. For the sake of time, you pop all 4 of them, 5203,
Right.
in that order,
Yes.
and they all just spin. And about 15 to 45 seconds later, they individually slow and stop.
What is on the side, the other side of the 2?
The
and
same
03?
number on the side facing down.
So we need to maybe shift them. If it's the same number on both sides, but they're still
You
unordered.
might have to hit them in a different order.
I think you have to hit them in a certain order.
Right.
because they're
mean-
unordered.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do it like.
So when
well,
you hit
do I-
so when you just hit the 3, what happens?
well, okay.
This is gonna be bad, you guys.
Do I understand numbers as a grung?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
So-
it could be something as simple as just putting them in order.
Yeah, maybe
0,
don't do this,
2,
but what
3,
about you hit the
5?
0, the 2, the 3, the 5?
0, 2, 3, 5.
I try that.
Give me your attack roll.
What the heck number is that? 17.
Okay. So you'll pop all of them in that order, and you hear a click.
And then
I check the door. Does it seem like-
investigate the door?
Yeah.
The door. Which part of the door are you investigating?
He's looking on the bottom because he's looked on the
Yes.
bottom a bunch.
Okay.
I'm looking in
The bar's gone.
The bar's gone. Okay, well the bar's gone. Does that mean I can see through it?
It does.
I think it's okay.
The room is dark. What are you doing?
Well, you should open that door.
Look,
say you were
if
checking
you
the
say it's
top.
okay, I'm gonna open it.
You
The
should check
bar.
the
Should I
top.
open it?
Yeah, check the top of the door.
Check the
Barbie
top
things.
real quick.
I check the top.
There's still barbs there.
The bottom's gone. The bar's locked, so which means I mean, there's just a change. It's either been unlocked or locked. So, I feel like
Now, what if you go in the reverse order? This
Try
time?
the door.
No, hit it in the reverse order.
so.
Okay.
5, 3, 2, 0.
Kabam, 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 kabam.
As you do that, you hear another click.
I look underneath.
That's still empty. The bar is still gone.
Are the barbs still there?
The barbs are gone.
Whoa! I open the door. Heck it.
Heck it.
That's a catchphrase.
Hashtag heck it.
Hashtag
Heck it.
heck it.
As the door creaks open, you see a chest that is locked
Open it.
It's locked.
and a table to the right. There seems to be different weapons and items on. Oh, there's different weapons on this table, and a little card, and shields on the left table, and a little card.
I read the little cards.
Pick one.
The shield cards.
No, it says pick one.
Pick one.
Who
Well,
does that? Who writes that for a thing? Like you guys understand? Like that's just. I mean, if there was ever a trap, why would in your own layer you leave a card that says pick one? Seriously.
Well,
Why have a
obvi-
trap door that's super locked in your own lair?
I presumably
To
everything.
keep your treasure safe.
Look, this is a. one of these things is okay, and the rest are not. Either that, or they're just wanting to make sure that
Open
only
that
one
chest.
person
I checked
gets
the
it.
chest.
Wait,
Yeah.
Hey,
whoa.
Froggy Frog, open the chest.
Wait.
Poke,
what's,
poke.
so what weapons are like sprawled out? What are we seeing?
You see so you're Yaquala, right? Your Yaquala
I see where this
is
going.
a long staff with a blade affixed to the end of it. Basically, it's like a spear, but this has like a little bit of a slashing kind of, you can parry away.
Like a kind of a blade.
And it has like this little thing on the end so you can catch blades. So there is a full metal Yaquala. Ivan would probably, actually, and you, especially because you're a treasure hunter, would recognize the material as being mithril.
Mithril Yaquala. Interesting. And so you said there's 4 shields and then there's 4 weapons.
Well, I just said there's some on the table.
Yeah.
There's, I would actually say that there's 5 on each side.
Got it.
There's a Yaquala. There is a longsword. There's a scimitar. There is a morning star. And there is a large 2-handed hammer. They're not all mithril, just the Yaquala. But if you were to go and inspect each one, I can give you a description of them. You should just tell me which one.
I'd like to hear about that longsword.
Okay. So the longsword is beautifully crafted. It looks as though, without picking it up, you wouldn't be able to tell how balanced it was. But you can see that the handle is very ornate, and it seems to have one half of the hilt and crossguard that writhes up as a black snake, and the right side rolls up as a gold snake. And the actual blade seems to have a crisscrossing serpent up to the front where the teeth, like the viper's head, is the front of the longsword.
Well,
Now, is this?
Okay, well, something bad might happen when we touch these weapons, so I feel like we should open this chest first, and then we can get grabby.
But does it seem to imply that pick one involves the chest? Is that?
Why are you asking
yeah, I
me
was
what
going to say,
one
no,
note says?
would you mind...
It doesn't imply anything other than pick one.
Le Pen, just open the chest so we can find out what's in this.
I checked
But then
the.
is that picking the one? If we
I
open the
don't know.
chest?
I mean, at this point, I'd rather see what's in the chest. Wouldn't you? Unless you just want to pick a
Think
sword.
about it. We're already in a treasure room, and then there's a chest that's locked on top of it. The good stuff's in the chest.
But there's the good thing on the table. It's a shiny Yaquala.
Well, that's up to you. If you
I'm
get
just
to
saying,
pick...
Johan Wilder, it's pretty cool looking. Looks better
Look.
than this old thing.
I mean,
He's
are
kinda
there
kicked the
really
dirt a little
rules
bit.
with picking these?
He
We're
kicks the
stealing
dirt.
It looks like everyone wants something. So if I have to make a choice, then I'll make a choice. But, Le Pen, if you... Reeve, what would you do?
Huh?
Yo, look, it looks like we either have an option... he's not even paying attention.
It's okay. Let's just let him have the Yaquala, and let's see how this all plays out.
All right,
And then as I'm like, and I'm waiting like with my sword to like try and smash the chest after he takes the Yaquala.
I'm going to pick up the Yaquala and hand it to Le Pen. You have a mithril Yaquala now.
Now open this chest.
Yeah, would you please open the chest now?
Yeah.
Oh, you,
Can I
I'm
try
checking
and
it
grab
out.
the longsword while I'm waiting for him to open that
It
chest?
says pick one.
I don't really understand what these rules are
Well, you
about.
may not
You don't have
understand
to.
it.
You don't have to try. You can grab you can grab
It doesn't-
anything in this room.
It
that you
doesn't
want.
mean you have to understand.
I'm gonna slowly back out of the room now that I have this, and I'm just smiling the whole time.
So, what are we doing? What are
I've
You
been
do it.
I've been checking out the chest
'Kay,
while
so
they've been
you-
having this whole conversation.
so you're squatting down by the chest. You're gonna start inspecting it.
Mm.
Give me an investigation check, and you get it at advantage because it's part of your deal. I'm gonna let it apply to chest locks and things. What are you doing?
I'm baffled at. I mean, she says it's just like babysitting, but it's definitely like the treasure doesn't even matter. to Johann. He just wants to. He feels like this is a terrible place, and at some point, I would rather. The only treasure that Johann's looking for is getting outside at this stage. So we're happy to give Lepan a little mithril.
Is he saying? Are you saying this to yourself out loud?
Yes, I am.
And I'm like, and in my breath, I'm like, the only treasure Jaquina is interested in is being alive and keeping all of you alive.
Yeah,
why
that's
I'm
what I'm
trying
s-
to upgrade my weapon.
Yeah, well, why we're alive.
Oh no,
now.
I'm not talking directly to you. I'm just like, as you're like muttering into it, I was like, well, the only thing Jaquina.
Well, then we'll get to you because right now we're doing what
Yeah,
what Johann is doing.
No,
So
it's while he's.
I'm
I
just-
hear
Yeah.
that it's
I'm
happening
looking.
simultaneously. However,
I'm going to scoop down next to Reef and go. What do you? So what's going on with this thing?
I got a 22.
22. Okay, so you go through and you see that it is a series of zeros and ones. The lock
Okay.
mechanism is just zeros and ones.
Reef, why would someone put a malicious little trap just to guard their goo inside of here?
There are 5. It goes 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. Oh, sorry. No, it goes 0, 0, 0, 0, 1.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Muttering under my breath.
I didn't
I'm
notice
gonna
any-
check out the shields too and see what my options are there.
Okay. So the 5 shield, one of them's round, one of them looks more tribal than the other. One of them is a heavier, thicker metal that you can see just by looking at it. One looks kind of like, almost like a tower shield. They have different ornate things on them, but it's really kind of, they're all shields.
And the cards that there was a card next to it that also says just pick one, right?
Mhm.
Okay. But Jaquine, you use a shield, don't you?
I use a shield and a longsword.
Right. Well, it looks like our little friend has a Uquala, so why don't you pick yourself a shield?
Because the damage will be better.
Has she,
You have. Look at your giant bow. You have a giant bow on your
talked about
back.
what
have
she's
so many
on
bolts
the
for that.
chest?
I don't know. You can. Oh, her.
Yeah.
She has not said anything out loud as far as I know.
I didn't notice when they picked up the Aquala, I didn't notice that change, right?
You hadn't been looking at it at that point yet.
Try put that thing back. You can have it again just in a sec. Can you just like put it back where it was? Just for like a second. And then you can have it again. Just for like a second.
Slowly, begrudgingly, just put it back down.
It clicks back down to 0.
All right. So pick
I got
one.
a plan. I go next door and grab some of the cups and pitchers and some water from the next door thing. And I like grab the Uquala and then I like kind of do this. And then I take a cup and put it on there and fill like about the amount of water that seems like the Uquala. And then I put it back down and I see if that does anything.
Does it do anything?
Clicks up to 1.
When I put the water back down on it, it still clicks up to 1. Yeah, it's magical.
Well, all right. So pick one. In those circumstances, then, I mean, we just have to have a simple code here, and it's based on what we pick and what order they're in. So if they all need to be ones, or if they all need to be zeros, or they need to be in some kind of circuit of ones and zeros, then we have to maybe some trial and error with finding out what the correct combination of tower shields and items are.
Is the
wait.
Koala back down on the table?
One
She picked
second.
it back. She's
No,
holding
she
it in her
hasn't.
hand
I'm
right
gonna
now.
do a thing. I'm gonna move my cups, be like, okay, this doesn't work. I put the Uquala back down and be like, nobody touch that.
Clicks
and
to 0.
I'm gonna pick up a shield.
Which one?
I'm going to pick up the
Tower shield.
the fanciest one I see.
The tower shield at the very end.
Sure, the tower shield.
The tower shield, you lift it up. It is supremely heavy. And the first digit clicks to 1.
All right. So,
Okay.
and then the Uquala was the
Okay,
last
I'm gonna
one.
put that shield down, and then I'm gonna go back and pick up the longsword.
Nothing happens.
I'm gonna put that down. Nothing happens. Okay, so I'm gonna go back over to where the shields are, and the first shield next to tower shield, I'm gonna pick that one up.
Okay. That is a targe, and it is a small circular, like one that you would wear like almost on your wrist. And nothing happens.
It's because we've already picked one. We've already picked one. From
Oh wait, I
both.
bet we can pick one of each. We can pick shield and we can pick a Euquala.
Well, that's what happened. I feel like that's exactly what happened. So you picked the Tower Shield, and you
You
picked
told
the
me to. I didn't
Euquala.
want to pick that one.
It was the most ornate one.
No, it was the biggest one.
Oh my God, you're so complaining.
If you put everything back on the table, is the treasure chest locked? If we don't touch anything.
It goes
Right.
back down to zeros.
I try to open it.
So
It's locked,
you said there's also. We haven't fully investigated all these yet. Let's see. There's 5 combinations, and there's 5 on each plate. So that's 10 different items, which means only 5 of them will actually have a 1. Let's find out what each one actually does 1. Right now, the Tower Shield does the first digit, and the Euquala does the last digit.
Right.
So, longsword, the Tower Shield, or the Tower Shield does it, but the longsword doesn't. Let's pick another item. What's the Morning Star? I pick up the Morning Star.
Nothing happens.
Put the Morning Star down, and then I pick up the what else was
Hammer.
there? The hammer.
There's a maul. There's a scimitar. There's a longsword.
The
there's-
scimitar.
Okay. You pick up the scimitar. Nothing happens.
Okay, I
No.
got this. Pick up
Wait,
the
wait,
Tower
last
Shield, pick
time.
up the Euquala, and I bet the chest will open.
So you pick up the Euquala. The last one clicks. You pick up the Tower Shield. The next one clicks. You're down there watching this happen. Yes.
Right.
As you pick up the Tower Shield, which one did you pick up first?
The Tower Shield.
Okay. So as you pick up the Euquala, you pull that off and you're watching her to see what happens. You see the 1 in the center click, or the 0 in the center click to a 1. So
crap.
1 0 1
1,
0 1 0.
Yes, and you hear a click and a psst.
Oh, it came out.
Roll me a con saving throw,
Yeah.
and the chest opens.
I'll trigger the trap. Oh well.
12. It's a 12.
Great. Okay.
I
So
can't.
you're able to.
That doesn't count as an attacker, does it?
Well, did you get? Do you have advantage on the? You have advantage on the roll anyway because it's a trap, and your dungeon delver gives you advantage of that and resistance on things. So
Right. So I'll
you're
roll
already
it
in a
now.
half the damage on the thing if it was to have some.
No, it's not better.
Okay, so you're 12. You are able to avoid the majority of the nastiness on that. You are only going to take 4 points of damage. That's after your resistance to it.
Okay.
And it's just like kind of a little poison, gives you a little cough. And the chest opens, and you see a large bag.
I'm gonna take one of my arrows out, and I'm gonna like.
Undo the rope
Yeah,
around
yeah. I
it.
just don't want to put my hands on it because I don't know what's in it. So I want to try and like,
Okay. There are a myriad of little eggs inside it.
We should take these eggs.
I want to identify
You
them.
recognize them as grung eggs.
Those are the grung babies.
Why are people stealing grung babies?
What
putting
what
them in
color are
chests.
they?
The eggs themselves don't actually retain a specific color on the exterior, but if you would need to put them in water in order to have to be able to see
I
what's
So then I say,
grabbed
yeah.
the pitcher of water that I brought over to try and do like the little situation, like you can check.
Okay, you wouldn't know that until he said
Yeah,
it,
so
just
well,
for
I was
future
gonna, I was
reference.
gonna say I was gonna grab it and do that. So we
Okay,
can say
so you
that
grab
I
the
did
thing,
that.
you put, you drop one of the eggs in the water.
Would I not know that I speak grung?
You speak grung. You may not
I wouldn't know
necessarily
about them though. I
know
feel like I know
about.
about them too if I
think
speak
you
their
guys remember-
language.
well, when you fell in the spawning pool, you guys didn't know you were spawning.
Yeah, we didn't know we were responding pool either. It's
Until I
fine.
told
Let the
you.
grunts
Oh.
do it.
Yeah.
So you put the egg in there, and it you start to see a little bit of vibrance from there as it starts to become a dim red color.
Okay. How many eggs are in there?
This satchel probably, or this sack probably has about 15 to 20.
Okay. I'll check like 2 more.
Okay, they all seem to be red.
They're all red. Okay.
What does that mean?
So
They're pretty important.
Remind me how the cast goes.
Red is-
red. Red is just
Pretty high
above.
up there.
Yes, right. And then it's gold.
So
it's
red is
second
kind of
to-
like your mid-range.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are the priests or the magic users. They do all of the things like that.
Gold is the highest.
Gold is the leader. Orange is the uber ultimate warrior.
Fighters, yeah.
Red kind of goes underneath that one as the caster
Still
spiritual
pretty high
leader.
up, though. Like, in
It is for cast wise. Then you have your purple, who is your like kind of sergeant, the task giver, and then you have blue, which are artisans, and you have green, which are foot soldiers, guards, standard. The majority of grung are green.
Okay. These are the red grung, and they're pretty up there in the high. They could use the magics and the things. They're higher than the green.
Well,
grung.
why are they storing grung eggs amongst a pile of weapons? This doesn't make any sense.
In a complicated trap.
In a complicated trap.
Is there nothing else in there?
Well, I'm gonna gather. I'm gonna take
Aside
them.
from the, like, once we take the eggs out, do I see anything else in the chest?
Nope.
Well,
I'm gonna take them out of the water and put them back in the bag.
In the sack?
Yeah.
Okay, you know that grung eggs cannot survive very long outside of water. So the fact that these even had some vibrance in them means that they, one, weren't here for too long, but two, weren't, they haven't been out of the water for so long that they would have expired.
About how long does that usually take? Do I know?
You have not had the audacity to leave a young grung egg out of water.
Okay.
I mean, but if we put water on them, it'll help the eggs
Yes,
stay.
If you were able to
Bag hold
submerge
water?
them, keep them like completely submerged.
They'd have to stay submerged, though. We couldn't just, like,
Probably.
do, like, a splash situation.
I don't think it's like a beached whale thing where it breathes oxygen at this point. It's still an egg. It needs to
Yeah.
be in its pool. And the pool should probably be a very specific temperature, not like the water where the quippers are.
Yeah, no, I know that. That's not where I was going to suggest.
Well-
No, I'm just saying like that's going to be chilled
Right.
cold
we
water.
gotta, well, we should. They've been in here not that long, which means that whoever's looking for them will probably come back and find them. So now that we've had our little detour, is there, I mean, I feel like the trap's already gone. Do you just want to grab your sword?
Yeah, no, let's do it. Is
All right.
that, are any of those shields, like,
I'm gonna. Well,
too big for me?
The tower shield's pretty big.
I think that's
for-
too big for my size, yeah.
I'll
Are there,
probably
like,
that
any of
one.
them,
Hold on. I'm going to grab the eggs and then I'll safely walk.
add them
out
to your
of the room.
bandolier?
Yeah.
Just a big sack of eggs like hanging off the shoulder portion in the front.
Next to my giant potion.
Do you retain the Aquala?
My old one.
Either.
Well, yes, I'm gonna keep the mithril one. Absolutely.
Okay, so you have the mithril and you're swapping it out.
Yeah, because like eventually, like I'm just gonna get over encumbered, right? Like everything has a weight.
Well, yeah, but also like like I like to think practically that like you basically have a large spear kind of strapped to your back.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
two
it
will
doesn't
make
make
no
sense
sense.
to-
Yes, I will. I'll just put that one where the other one, my old one where the new one,
Okay.
and then I will back out with the eggs.
All right.
And okay, that one you can take the whatever.
So the tower shield does look a little heavy,
Yeah, it's too big.
but it's a tower shield, so it's going to be heavy.
Of course. I wouldn't mind taking that long sword.
Okay.
This is going to be bad.
No, maybe not. Give me a percentile.
Sure.
Yo, is there still a little agua over there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, can we for the grung eggs?
Girl, we got some agua? Yeah, some egg water?
47%.
Okay. So you grab the sword.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And as you take the sword off the table, it doesn't appear that anything happens.
Okay, well, nothing seems to happen, but that doesn't mean something didn't happen, so we should go.
We made our choices, so it's fine. Are you
I
sure you're
mean-
just going to leave that tower shield there?
It's too big for me.
Okay. Then how about you, sis?
Huh?
You want the tower shield?
No.
We picked it. All right. Then let's get out. Let's go back up through, and now there was the other door.
No,
that
we
was
already
on-
went down the stairs.
There's an up.
There
still
is an up. Okay,
Yeah.
let's go up.
So as you guys step out of the room, you feel when you step back out a depression. Click,
Yeah.
and the door just closes behind you.
The trap reset. Yeah, we should go though. Like 100% we should go.
Yeah, we have to get these eggs to some kind of the water.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. I keep walking up the steps.
So you guys start to head up the steps, and after about 100 feet or so up, you notice that the area becomes a lot more flat, and the steps turn into kind of the same little increase in size, like in incline, but it's flattened out, and you start to see these whoosh, back and forth on the ground. Weaving back and forth,
like the paths.
Yeah, like it's like a path, but it kind of looks like it's tracks of some sort.
Well, I mean,
Do it.
my tracking, I should be able to tell what animal made
Right.
that, right?
You know it's not undead. You can give me a survival check to see if you can
Yeah, if
identify
I can
it.
identify
You
it.
can give me a survival check at
That's right, yeah.
advantage.
21.
All right. You recognize these to be what looks like very large snake tracks.
That is
If I
bad.
have 27, would I know exactly what it is?
A 27?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You recognize this one specifically as being a. You guys are really doing this stuff to me.
What are
Yes,
we doing?
go on. Tell
Not
us
you.
everything.
But I'm going to have a conversation with some people. Did my iPad ever come out or no?
Yeah, it did.
Oh, did it?
We gave it to you. It's
Oh,
underneath there.
Okay, cool.
When you finish that, I would also like to look at the map a little bit.
Sure. I can probably pull you up a map.
I want to see if there's anything on the map that may give us any kind
Oh,
of.
well, you're inside a
indication.
cavern at the moment. So you
Yeah,
have
but
no
if there
way
was
to-
any cap. You okay, baby boy?
This tablet fell.
Just want to see if there's any indication of where, like, if there is any maps or any caverns on the map, especially around, because I did know where Reef. They said vaguely where Reef was supposed to be held at. So.
The second you pull the map out, I'm like, ugh. I run over to look at it with you.
What is this map about?
It's obviously like Mercule wants it. That's how important it is. What is going on with this map, sis?
So you recognize this one as being the tracks to a Yunti that is a shape changer and can modify itself from being bipedal to having to being snake-like with the lower portion.
Nope.
In fact, while you're inspecting these tracks, you notice that it seemed to change from footsteps to a slither in the little bit of dirt and that's along the ground there as you were coming off the stairs.
Okay. And then, are these like super dangerous creatures?
So
They tend to
you
be
know
casters. It's
that
not-
Yonti are basically the favorite, like they hate, or they hate Grung, and they're super evil, and they tend to worship a deity named Dindar, the Night Serpent, and she is she basically just wants to bring eternal night to the world, and that is a thing that Ubtao stopped after she actually did it by betraying her and the other primordial gods to the pantheon that basically everybody knows these days.
Okay. John Wielder, this is bad. It's the auntie. They don't like the grung.
No,
Steal your eggs.
I'm familiar, and that's probably going to explain
the
why
eggs
they
make
have
sense.
eggs. Yes. So we're in a Yanti cave somewhere, but why is Harak working with Yanti in that circumstance? Is this Mercule and the Night Serpent? They have some means together. What is going on with this map, sis? Where did you get it?
Where did I get it? What a great question.
You found it in a temple to the northeast near a bridge that everybody calls Ataz Muhaha and has a bunch of laughing monkeys.
Taz.
And the bridge at one point was completely intact, and you made sure to pay tribute to the large statue that was there in the center of it. But as you were crossing, a group of young Thai after you found, made their way over there. They also paid tribute in a very hasty manner, but their tribute was a little different than yours. You actually gave like a good gift to Ubtao. They came and they actually slaughtered a grung and left it at the feet of the statue, and it seemed to get angry and come off of its pedestal and chase them. So less of a tribute, more of an FU.
Sure.
And it came after them and ended up smashing the bridge right behind you, leaving a large gap where the Yanti ended up falling through. So it, in a way, saved you, even if it was unintentional.
Right.
And you received this map in a temple along the other side where you coincidentally lost one of your hats. You tend to travel with multiple ones in your
Dice.
in your sack,
Let me
in your
see.
backpack, but the backpack was actually the last
Thank
pack down there.
you.
Gotcha.
These are great.
I don't know. I just found it.
Well, what does the Yanti want with it? That's what's important.
I don't know, but isn't this exciting? We have to follow it.
Well, we have to get outside so we know where we are first.
Okay.
So,
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. We got to get your eggs out. We got to get all of us out of here.
outside.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
didn't have the egg.
Well, then, is this the only way out at this point? Do we have to follow these Yanti tracks into the presumed nest of snakes?
You could go back down to the secret door.
What?
Oh, and back up just the first way we came? No, that seems a bit far away. No, we can keep going. I mean, let's just be really, really careful, okay?
Okay. I'm always careful. What do you mean?
Uh-oh. Phoenix. Phoenix, you want to go with Auntie? Yeah. You want to go with Auntie? Here, take a dice with you. Take 2 dice. Or go get your dice setter in Rainbow Dash. Okay, go put them in. Go put them in, Bubba. Go grab Auntie Sadine. Good.
Bye-bye.
Cute little man. All right, so...
I'm always careful. Why would you tell me that I'm not careful?
Because I had to unbind you and ungag you after
look,
Hercule's
How
agent
many
almost
times
killed
have you
you.
had to do that, though? Right? Like, my ratio is pretty good. That's all that I'm trying to say.
It only takes one, sis. It just takes one. And then I am sisterless.
What? But you came and found me.
Again, we should really work on getting
wrong
out of
egg.
here.
Okay, let's go. Through. I'm sorry I'm trying to reconnect with my sister. Jeez.
So as you guys make your way through, what are you doing? What order are you in?
I'll go first because I can still check for traps as
The
we walk.
Wahilders in front.
Both Whitehilders in front. You're going to be second to last. You're going to be last.
Yeah.
Okay. Passive perception.
It is 15.
14.
16.
Where do I even see that?
Under your
Sounds
rules.
great.
Yeah. Wow, that's fun. So you got a 16 on yours. Okay. So and you have a
14.
a 14 and a
15.
15. So as you guys are walking, you are you're like getting in her ear about stuff. I'm guessing you guys, as you have been,
Being so
walking through the.
I'm like, shh.
You're shushing at the same time, but you're also shushing from the back row, like. You, with your large sack of grung eggs against your chest and the thing, you kind of hear a little bit of heavy breathing, but it's breathing in a different way, like perhaps the raking of a tongue in and out.
do I know which? Do I have a feel for which direction it's going?
Up.
Up.
Because nobody looks up.
Guys, I don't think we're alone up here.
We all
in
look
here.
up.
You see a massive snake coiled around a collection of stalactites.
All right.
Oh, good.
What would you like to do? It's about 40 feet up.
40 feet up, and it hasn't noticed us.
It can smell you.
Yeah.
It can smell us, but it hasn't tried to attack.
It hasn't made any move yet. The grung luckily found it.
So it hasn't seen us. I mean, but it can smell us, so let's just get the drop on it.
Well, you assume it can smell you. I wouldn't say that
But
you would have the
is
drop
does
on
it
it.
seem like it's looking straight at us?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. That's
Now,
a pretty good
It hasn't
Indicated.
made any movement
So
yet.
in
Well-
my knowledge of these
why don't
creatures,
we just keep walking away from it?
do I
Let's just
know
walk away from it.
anything on how to deal with this
It's not
situation
grung.
currently?
It's going to want to
Like
eat the grung.
sudden movements or anything like that?
You're a green grung. Your options are
Run or fight.
probably flee.
Yeah, let's flee.
That would be my assessment of what a green grung without backup that is not an orange grung would probably do.
We're just gonna keep walking, and at this point, I think we're just gonna be stealthy about it, and we'll keep our eyes on it the whole time. But the first time it moves, in fact, do I know anything of especially about the dark serpent? Like, is there anything that I might remember that the Yanti are
yeah.
particularly like a blind
religion
spot or some kind of religion check that might be a way to?
I believe I gave him all of that information. I don't know that you know that stuff off the base without him having some sort of conversation with you about it.
About
All that stuff about Dindar and
Yeah.
all of the things were things he knew
things.
from his upbringing.
And I wouldn't have any of that with just just being a scholar of religion or anything like that.
Are you proficient in religion?
Yes.
Then I will let you make a religion check for it.
26.
Okay, so nothing that you ever studied in the religion portion gave you any indication of weaknesses that would be outside of. I don't need all of that. That would be outside of standard snake
Snake stuff.
stuff. This is and the religion for that is basically just like this eternal night where you don't need beings that don't need vision basically rule everything.
All right. Well, and
And
that's sort
feed on the poor hapless.
That god is not very
petrified.
smart because everything dies without the sun. Just saying.
you're making a lot of judge calls for dark gods, for the record. Then in that,
I'm
that-
gonna slowly ready my blowgun just in case.
Okay.
I think maybe you may want to get
It
the
starts
chain
to
gun out.
uncoil and slide down along the outskirts of the other stalactites and then down into the stalagmites, and it seems to weave its way in and out into basically a position where it's receded into the darkness of the cave, and none of you have night vision.
I see what happened. We had a chance to mark it, and we didn't mark it. I don't have light though, so that's pretty impossible. Great. Well, now we need to keep looking the entire time while we get out of this open area and we get into a cavern where we can engage it. Because if we leave it out in the open like this, it's just going to strike us anywhere and everywhere it can.
Yeah, we
so
can't turn back now.
moving forward and watching out for it the entire time.
So how are you guys moving through?
We're double timing it.
You're rushing?
We're rushing to get through the cave in front of us, presumably.
Okay, everybody give me percentiles.
How do I roll percentiles with
yeah.
a 10?
Just
It's
two
a
D10s.
D10, and if you don't have one that has the double zero on it, here,
I do. It's like this, yeah?
Wow, okay.
and
I'll
then
take it.
you should have another D10 that you can roll along with it, or you can just roll that one. So that would be your base number, and then your other one is a
57.
57.
So the 0 is like 0, and then the 1 number is the first number. Is that how it works?
Did you get a double 0?
I got a double 0.
Okay.
And a 5.
Okay, so that'll be a 5.
5%,
If you had gotten 3 zeros,
100.
it would have been a hundo.
I see.
So you got a 5.
Oh, I see. I get it now. Okay.
You got a 57.
99.
Of course.
Nice.
I get the
That is nice.
tasty sack of eggs.
63.
Of course it would be you.
The
Hey,
one
sis.
that one state.
Egg boy.
Something I just thought about, but that scrying ritual setup. Who set that up? Do you remember it all?
Are you saying this while you're running?
Yes. Sis, so that scrying item you laid down.
Right.
What? Do you remember anything about who put that there?
I was blindfolded, man.
Okay. I'm just thinking that maybe someone's watching us. Maybe someone's watching us, and that's not good.
Is that a thing that he does all the time?
Yeah, you know.
Because he's been keeping his
Yes.
cool around her.
Right, he has lots of ticks that come out.
Okay.
Probably where the sun don't shine after
Yeah,
being
so
controlled.
with Yanti, if I do I know my spell non-detection, would that help anything at all with a lot of their heat vision, IR?
Nothing that they have like right in this area, like that's innate to them. It
Yeah.
would definitely help you out with the with not being scryed.
Right. Do I have a feeling I'm being scryed, or that, especially with that scrying circle, do I have a suspicion that the scrying circle is?
I
this
don't
area.
know what that feeling would feel like.
Man, it's expensive to pop it right here if I want to, but I feel like it's important, so I'm going to do it. I am. I'm just going to silently, while we're running, I'm going to think about it, and I am just going to cast non-detection right now on us.
So, who are you targeting to do that?
Is it a single?
It's a single target.
I see.
One creature or object. Ha ha ha! Map.
Okay.
Touching the map.
Okay, you cast non-detection on the map.
Yep. All right. All right.
Maybe, the tasty grog. The one that it wants to eat.
So, as you guys are rushing through the stone and dipping, like moving your way as best you can through this, the area starts to become more and more littered with stalagmites, and you have to
Yeah.
move through them, weaving back and forth. The light that was in that crafted area, the part that had been worked and hewn out, starts to recede even further, and it starts to become very, very dark around you.
Oh no, this is not good. Very, very not good. I'm gonna start popping some small light at least. So snuff light around. Do we have anything for torches?
Yeah, what are you using for
Just a
for the
cantrip,
lighting?
prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation. So
Yeah.
you're like making little pops of light here and there.
Man, that's right. It's just pretty small. I don't have anything else.
Yeah, you don't. Do you have the light spell or dancing lights or?
No, that was not given to me.
Okay.
Do we have any torches?
I
Torches.
would say that you probably. I would say that definitely
Yeah.
she's packing torches.
Sure.
She
Hi.
probably isn't. You definitely aren't. You
Phoenix,
probably
come
aren't.
Come sit, baby.
He's here to steal dice.
So you're running and you've got the torches. You guys gonna stop for torch stuff?
I feel like torches are important because we're gonna get hit really hard here pretty soon.
Okay. So you light up the torch. You guys stop. You light up the torch.
Yeah.
You, and you are standing there next to the torch.
Yes.
You are not.
Why am I not standing next to the door?
Because the snake grabbed you.
Not grabbed.
Great.
But when the light comes up and starts to illuminate the area, you see when it starts to shed light within 30 feet. On the outskirts of that, as it pushes into really the furthest boundary of that dim light, the grung with his little satchel that he's clutching in front of him, the bandolier with the potion on it, and his,
Is he wrapped up in the tail?
you call it, he's standing, staring.
Oh, he's like a chicken or whatever.
The snake
Hypnotized.
seems to be coiled right in front of you. You are not hypnotized or anything else, but you are standing face to face with a snake head that is as large as you.
I pull out my bow and take a shot at that snake.
Already? Okay. Roll initiative.
I'm gonna shoot it right in the eyes.
You speak.
There's a grung in front of its eyes.
It's a huge snake.
It is a huge snake. The head is as big as the grung. The grung is standing in the eyes. Or
Right.
standing in its face.
Phoenix, roll initiative for Daddy. Phoenix, roll that one.
Do you add anything to it?
Whenever there's a peaceful way to resolve something, the players always take
I was
a
wondering
It
different.
doesn't
I
seem
was-
like there's
Hey,
anything
I didn't
peaceful.
No,
let
it's
you
just
know.
it's just
I
the
didn't-
grung.
It's just sitting in front of him right now.
Well, I was going to enthrall it, but we called it. We got it.
Well, we just rolled initiative, so.
Yeah.
You pulled out your weapon and fired. You will get, this will be an advantage. It will be a little bit of a sneak.
Phoenix, roll
It
it.
may see it coming,
Phoenix, please
but
roll the dice,
it
please.
is presently busy trying to lock in on,
Phoenix,
on
roll it,
him.
please.
So I just crit.
Good.
Phoenix, please roll.
That's good.
Roll the dice, please. That's the D12. That one. Phoenix, roll the purple one. Roll the purple one, Phoenix.
All right.
All right, 18. So 20 for me.
15 for me.
Thank you, buddy. Oh well.
So who got over 20? Anybody? What'd you get?
Oh no, I'm gonna make a crit on my attack roll.
I know.
So- okay.
I still need an initiative check. I still need an initiative for me.
Oh yeah. I got it.
Six?
I just got a 20 though.
20. All right. Somebody got a 17?
Me. Or, yeah.
15.
And you got a 6.
Yeah.
Is it the black dice? Phoenix, roll this one. Roll it. Roll it here. Phoenix.
So,
Phoenix, you
this
keep the
creature is
book.
in front of you. As the light starts to click up, you see it weaving slightly back and forth in front of you. And it starts to talk and it says, Little Grung, where are you going?
Nowhere in particular. That way.
Which way?
The that way, because you are there.
Yes. You have something of mine.
What are you talking about?
That sack.
Which one? This one? And I hold
Yes.
up the. No, not the. I hold up my other side. It's not there.
That too.
Oh, that one? This one? I thought that was my bag.
Well, you are now mine. And it leans back, and you can see that as it's speaking, little bits of its mouth start to move and shape and change into a more human version as it starts to maneuver some magic, and then the first bolt flies out across the distance and strikes it right in the cheek. As much of a cheek as Snake can have.
Snake cheek.
Give me some damage.
18 on the first hit,
Okay.
and then
Oh, you only get one shot on the thing. I just need your damage for the crit. Thank you.
Right. So, but the thing is, on my second one, because it's Giant Slayer, because it's already taken damage. Do you see what I'm saying?
So you're asking for a D8. It hadn't taken any damage prior to this
No, I
attack.
know.
You don't get 2 attacks on this. You just
I
fire.
just double up
to
the
shoot
damage
initi-
on the
You're
attack?
just doubling the damage on the crit.
Okay. So what was that? 18 plus. 6.
He's a devil?
So
18
he's saying,
plus 12, 30 damage.
he's saying yellow,
Oh, okay.
because he went off with my yellow dice.
He did. You need a D20. Oh, you got one.
My tabletop dice. So cute.
All right, so so you fire off at it. It takes the bolt and it rears back, and it starts to slither away into some of the surrounding environments as you go to ready your next shot and aim for that. It ducks down into a thing. It is still in front of you. But the part that can be seen, the part where you would know to hit, is directly in front of you, just staring right at you.
Oopsie.
Oopsies!
Who's next?
Next, so Johan is at the top of the order here.
Then on this one, I'm going to see if I can get enthrall on it.
Okay, you gonna try and land an enthrall?
Yeah, I'm going to try to land it enthrall. Second level.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
I got a 17 and then a 20.
Yep, not happening.
So, anything else you want to do?
Everyone stay close to the lights. He's trying to get away. Or try to mark him with fire or light or something.
Okay.
I'll give her a bardic inspiration.
All right. So you've yelled out to everybody. Lepad, you stand face to face.
So it's like its head's on.
It is
That's
right
there.
in front of you.
And these guys are fast too. So well, I'm assuming. Or, wow. Okay, that's something to think about. God, why do I have to? So okay. It's my turn then. Yeah. Okay. Wait. The slippery one. This you want this? The bag?
Of the.
Yeah, the sacks. The eggs. I think that was an accident. She didn't mean to shoot you.
Is that so?
I'm pretty sure that was an accident, right? That one?
He looks over, kind of like peers just over the shoulder and sees her like markedly aiming directly at him.
I like look at her and then look at him. I'm like, I don't think it was. No.
And what do you want to do? The time is ticking away. Before you make a
I'm just
decision.
gonna disengage, try to get back as far away as I can.
Okay, use your bonus action to disengage
Yes.
and your action
And get
to.
behind them.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that if you use your action to dash, you can make it back behind Jakeen.
Yeah.
And this circle. They're basically you guys are all kind of set up in a square.
Yes, that is what I want to. No way am I gonna stand right in front of it.
Okay.
Drug eating snake.
Reef, you're up.
I guess. So you're not close to it anymore, right?
Now I'm behind Jakeen.
And you guys are about 40 feet ish away from
Okay.
it.
So I can hit it with a crossbow.
You could fire off a hand crossbow at it.
Sure,
Yes.
why not? Nope.
What'd you fire?
3.
Oh, okay. Yep, that's a nope. All right, so you still have bonus action and things. Is there anything you want to do?
I don't know that anything is really gonna come in handy right now.
You could hide with your bonus action. You have cunning
Sure.
action, so you can hide.
I'll do that.
Okay, so you're gonna move over to one of the you're gonna duck behind a stalagmite. Yeah, just kind of. We'll say that you move like 5 feet away from everybody to duck behind a stalagmite.
Sure.
You start to
and
reload.
like ready up my crossbow
Right.
again. Yeah.
Okay. And the snake moves back into the darkness, and you hear a sickening melding of flesh. And
It's not a snake,
that's
I
it.
guess.
Yeah. That's okay.
It is now Jaquin's turn.
And I don't see it anywhere, do I?
You don't right now. Not as best you can. You have no night vision, so.
But are those?
yes,
Is that
please.
race considered beasts? No.
No.
Yeah.
They're
I didn't think
sentient.
so. Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to shoot it now.
There's nothing to shoot. I can't see it, right?
Well, then let's get
3.
closer to it with the torch.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'll get closer to it with the torch.
Okay. Well, in order to fire your crossbow, it's a two-handed weapon, so you had to put down the torch.
Give me the torch. Just give me
Okay,
the
I'll
torch.
give you the torch.
All right. And
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna
you snatch the torch.
snatch the torch, and I'm gonna walk over and try to like get an angle on the side of it behind the pillar to see what it shaped itself into.
Okay. You can do that on your turn. Is there anything else you want to do at all? Like, basically, what happened was the torch. You dropped the torch down at the feet. You've got your thing out. You can't see it.
No, because I can't cast Hunter's Mark on it either, because I
Right.
can't see it. So there's nothing I can really do.
Okay. So, Johan, you're gonna snatch up the torch. And you're gonna run towards it.
Yeah, I'm going to. Well, I'm going to circle around where I saw it go behind.
I'll have a nice. I have a feeling that this is gonna carry over here a little bit, so I'll have a
Yeah.
nice little thing built for you guys next
Sure.
time. But
Yeah.
You're basically going to be moving towards.
Right.
So about 30 feet closer. You're gonna be about 10 feet in before the light starts to illuminate
Right.
something
Something.
for you.
And I have to see it. So.
Lepad, you are now standing next to Jaquin back there, and you've seen Reef fire and jump off into a corner, like jump off behind a stalagmite. She's kind of there, like working on reloading her crossbow, and you are, and you see him pick up the torch and run towards the where you were. That's what you just watched, is him pick up the torch and rush that way.
Like Johan. Or,
Yep.
Okay. Did I? So I can still see him. How far away is he from me?
30 feet.
Okay.
And the light is starting to get dimmer as he runs away.
Okay. And I'm next to Jaquin.
Yep.
So this sack of eggs, like, can it strap on? It doesn't.
You have
really
it strapped
cover-
on, isn't that
yeah.
what you had?
Yes. Yeah. So
Okay.
okay. Here, that one. Here, you take the eggs for now because I don't think he already wants to eat me. I don't need to give him the garnish too. Stay. You take this. I'm forcing, or like trying to strap it on Jaquin.
Okay.
It's actually a good point. Rudy, if you mind, if he doesn't come into view by the time I get up close to it, especially for where it's at, I just had an idea. And it involves getting more torches. So I'd like to potentially, I don't know if this is something that bleeds over to my next turn. Or,
Yep. Whatever that is going to happen then.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to do? You start to affix. You start to affix the.
Yes. And then I'm going to dash off after Johan.
Okay, so you move over, use your action to put it on, then you go rush up after
Yes.
him.
Trying to get like.
You'll end up nearby him as you see him start running forward. You're like, no, Johan! And then Reef, what are you doing? You've successfully reloaded your crossbow.
Right, but now I'm in pitch blackness, right?
It's dim light where you are right now, and you can't see where the thing is, but you do see him and him. Book it towards the danger.
I wanna like move from stalagmite to stalagmite and try to like move in that direction, but like keep myself
Hidden.
hidden.
Give me a stealth check.
Okay. 13.
Okay, I win. You think you're hidden.
I'm almost positive.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said I win, but you think you're hidden.
Great.
So you guys are basically in this little area right there. I'm gonna need everybody to give me a wisdom saving throw.
11.
9.
5.
13.
Okay. 11, 5, 13, 9.
Five
She
was
was
mine.
5, I was 11.
9.
9. 13.
13.
Okay, so you guys start to hear on the like on the side of the cavern, seeming to come from all places, this slithering of a voice curl up the back of your head. It seems to be coming from almost down at the tip of your toes, rushing all the way up the back, coiling itself around. You feel as if it almost is asphyxiating you, pulling back in and nestling its way into your ears, and you start to hear, "You fools! What do you think you're doing? You should be very afraid." And you all turn you all feel very frightened right now in this moment of this voice, and you start to seriously doubt yourselves as we conclude tonight's episode. And you all start to look in all directions for the nearest exit.
Yep.
Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us. I hope you enjoyed that trapped-filled introduction to Dungeons & Dragons. Almost sans combat. But thank you for joining us. Reef?
Yeah.
Thank you, our amazing cast. You guys are fun. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out and playing with me.
Woo! I'm glad I finally found you.
I know, right?
Yes, after 7 episodes.
I hear you've been through some stuff.
To finally track you down.
And you're all gonna get to be nice and acquainted inside the belly of a large snake.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Large. You say Jesus, but you're the one that shot it.
I was gonna eat him. Probably.
It may have eaten him.
Suggestion is a very specific thing that they prefer to do. So, thank you, Black Magic, for this awesome look we've got here. Thank you to the wonderful and beautiful Satine, running things off in the corner, who helps make all of this stuff work. Make all of this stuff work so well, and keep it running while we're over here doing the thing. Yes, we definitely miss Neil. Thank you. But Neil, like you gotta do your thing and get up there. You gotta make that movie so we can all watch it later. It's gonna be great.
Watching
The
that
things on that
movie.
slate are gonna be. He's got some big stuff coming
Yeah, he's a big boy.
with some big stars.
Sweet.
Thank you, Black Magic. Thank you, Flowlight. These lights are great. Thanks for that discount. Wormwood, thank you for these beautiful, beautiful boxes.
Best ever.
Easy Roller Dice for the nice dice. Thank you, Wizards of the Coast. And we'll be doing, I'll bring next time, some WizKids things to unbox.
Sweet.
And to give away. So if you guys are hanging out, I should have said it earlier, but if you guys are hanging out now, we're going to do a little Wizards giveaway, or WizKids giveaway for some awesome little miniatures, or maybe one of those super awesome, can you grab that for me right there, that little box?
Two of Annihilation. Set.
Well, she's got to cross all the, okay. But thank you guys for coming out. Sirenscape, thank you for the awesome tunes. And this is, yeah, you can hold it if you want to. Why don't you show them the other side of it too?
It's got Trap 1A.
Yeah.
All over it.
So we've got all of these really sweet things. This one you can only get if you buy a brick of the individual one. So,
Cool.
but I guess they do have it for sale separately, but it's a complimentary item when you get a large brick.
Cool.
So we got a brick, and we're gonna do some giveaways, and we're gonna have some fun with that. Thank you guys again for coming and hanging out. Thank you, D&D, for running the game, and we will see you guys next Wednesday. Or wait, are we here next Wednesday, or are we already at PAX? I don't remember. We're here. We'll be here next Tuesday and Wednesday for the next episodes of Fury's Reach. Here on the D&D channel, brought to you by Dungeons & Dragons and Maze Arcana. Anybody else got anything they want to say before we get out of here?
You're all great.
You're all great.
You're all great.
Great.
You're all great.
Great.
Oh, great. Come
Great.
watch me on Twitch.
Ah! Of
Me
course
too.
they're going to come watch you on Twitch. That's silly. You're silly.
Watch me too then.
Why don't you
watch
watch
it.
all of us on Twitch right now? And
Do it.
Geek and Sundry and all the things, because we're all fun and friends and bye-bye-bye. And
Woo!
Dodgers on it. We're all literally all on Twitch. Can we just make that a blanket statement? Like, hey,
We're
watch
all
us
on Twitch.
I know, but we all have individual Twitches. Are they posted there?
Phoenix.
No, not necessarily.
Phoenix is on Twitch.
Phoenix is on
I'm
Twitch.
not the gamer chick on Twitch.
There she
The
is.
gamer
Now
chick.
you can
Look,
find her.
now it's done. It's been locked in.
Signature.
Put it in the
Just Signu.
Dodger.
Dex bonus.
Dex bonus.
Hydra Lord.
Hydra Lord. So, and if you guys want awesome updates on things, if you want to have access to stats, if you want to do any of those cool things, follow Maze Arcana. And if you want to do, like, I don't know, join the Reddit. Apparently, some of you have been out there and made us a subreddit, and that's going to be a pretty
Subreddit's-
awesome thing.
Subreddit to the best.
Yeah, and I hear somebody's making a Discord. If they haven't, why?
Discord.
Anything
Discord's
else,
also a
Denise?
cool thing.
Oh yeah, and Patreon, if you guys want to come and support us there, obviously we would love you guys to subscribe here on the D&D channel or at Twitch/Maze Arcana, so we can continue to bring awesome people in from their lives and their streams, so that they can come hang out with us. You know, supporting us there is great. Patreon is also a wonderful area to do that. So patreon.com/Maze Arcana, so we can continue to bring them in, so we can have Josh come, so Neil can hang out, things like that. And we run games now on occasion for some of our
Patreon.
patrons. So come hang out with us there, and we tend to
Have
drop some
Ruty
updates
build a
and
trap
stuff there,
for
too.
you.
Have me build a trap.
Have Ruty build a trap for you.
Because traps, man. All right, anything else, Satine? Nope. Have a wonderful week. We will see you guys on various streams throughout the week, but Maze Arcana on Sunday at noon. Have a wonderful evening.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Roll that intro. Extro. Outro.
Roll that.
Intro.